200 years ago, this Napoleonic fort was built in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean to protect France from invasion. Now it is home to a new kind of battle. 6 teams of modern-day warriors are facing one another in a tournament that tests wit, strength, and courage. But who will emerge victorious? Will it be one of the teams on today's Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge? Are you ready for this? Hello everyone, and welcome to Fort Boyard, and a tournament that will push 6 teams to their very limits.
Those teams don't know what lies ahead. The one thing they do know, though, is that they'll have to react quickly to the challenges they face because time is never on their side.
That's right, Laura. So let's meet today's teams.
I reckon White Falcons can go all the way, definitely.
I could really help my team rise to the occasion when it matters.
We should be good, you know, really active and competitive.
I think the White Falcons can go all the way. We're in it to win it.
I entered Fort Boyard just for a bit of challenge, something different, and to win.
The Blue Sharks will be good at everything, I think.
And I try to be as competitive as I possibly can.
I think the Blue Sharks are going to be good at every challenge, which is why we're going to win.
Taking part in today's epic battle, it's the White Falcons versus the Blue Sharks right here on Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge. All right, welcome, young warriors. Are you ready for battle?
Yeah!
All right.
Now, Mitchell, what are the strengths of your team then?
Well, we've got all the strengths that we needed, really, to get the job done.
Good stuff.
And Simon, in one word, describe your team.
Strength.
Strength. Well, we'll see about that, Simon.
Okay, teams, are you ready?
Yeah! Are you ready?
Yeah!
Each show has 5 challenges where the aim is to win keys. Teams need 3 keys in order to get the maximum time in the treasure chamber. There, they need to collect as many coins as they can to get through to the tournament final. Let battle commence. Today's contest begins with a test of strength and stamina. Simon and Adrian of the Sharks and Zach and Julia of the Falcons are about to dive into the sea, taking inflatable bags with them. They're going to swim with these bags to the raft and then use the bags to reach wallets suspended above the raft. Once they have the code, they're going to call it back to their teammates in order to unlock the box and grab today's first key. Okay, guys, are you ready for this challenge? Yeah! No matter what, don't stop swimming, because it ain't over till it's over. Ready to jump into the cold Atlantic Ocean is Julia and Zach of the White Falcons and Simon and Adrienne of the Blue Sharks, who will be first to retrieve their code and release the key. Okay, guys, on my mark, your challenge starts now!
Go, guys! Come on!
As they dive in, it's Alex and Julia in white for the Falcons and Simon and Adrienne in black for the Sharks. They have to swim over 50 feet in the freezing Atlantic Ocean against really strong currents. Looks like the Falcons are powering ahead, but the Sharks aren't far behind. It's the Falcons that reach the raft first. Nice work.
Julia are both onto the White Falcons.
Now they must stack those bags and climb them in order to reach the hanging code. This is so tricky on such an unstable raft. It's neck and neck as Simon climbs up onto his bags. Can he reach the code? Yes, he's got it! Wow. The Falcons have their code too.
That'd be first, this is close.
But it's too late. Nice work, guys. Nice work. Hey, guys. Nice work, man. You guys are waiting in the wings and ready to do your thing. I like that. I like that a lot.
The water was freezing. When you jump in it, it's like, oh.
To be honest, we were behind at the start before we even got to the raft, but then when we got to the raft, we were stacking them up, and then Adrian was just like...
I was like, just jump, you can reach it.
We were on the raft first and everything, so we thought we had a chance, but so.
We'd have definitely lost without Adrian here, wouldn't we?
Great job.
It was a great job,
Great team effort. Well, after that challenge, let's see what the scores are looking like.
The Sharks have swum themselves into an early lead. They have 1 key with the Falcons still to score, but there's still a long way to go.
Congratulations, guys! Come on!
well done.
It's time for the next challenge now, and Blue Sharks, this is just for you. So follow me. So, Blue Sharks, you got the first key. There's a chance now for you to win another key. This challenge is just for one of you, and behind this door there are 5 cylinders. You've got to pull yourself along the cylinders. The key is at the far end, so you've got to grab that key and bring it out. So, Simon, your team captain, who is going to take on this challenge?
Big D, David.
Big D, David, love it. Okay, David, you're up against the clock, so if you grab that key and time's out, and you're not out in time, I'm going to take that key away. Understand? Take your place by the door.
Blue Sharks! Boom, pop!
Your time starts now. Come on.
Now this game may look easy, but it's actually incredibly difficult to get across those cylinders. One wrong move and you're down.
This is
just like that.
This is really tricky.
Come on, David! You got time, David! You got time, David!
Nice and slow. That's how to do it.
Good work, keep it up!
Just to focus, concentrate. He's doing well. He's got
Good work!
He looks like he's got the technique now. He's got to keep nice and low.
It's looking really good.
Take it slowly, mate. You've got loads of time. Loads of it.
That's it.
Fantastic, mate.
Focus.
There we go. Good work, David.
It's a chance for a second key for you guys.
Come on, David. You're all running, mate. Halfway there.
He's up on his knees now. Is that going to help him?
Can he make it over this one?
Oh, that was so close. Less than a minute left.
Really good. Really good, David.
Good work.
Time is really running out. He looks really focused. He wants that key.
This seems to be the stumbling block at the moment. Fourth cylinder. Can he make it over? Come on, David. Come on.
He's made a lunge for it. And he's got the key.
I walked through the door and it looked like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. And I had to kind of crawl across these pipes that were small and large. Did fall off a couple times and then just got straight back up on my feet and tried to do it again. And was able to get the key with about a quarter of the time remaining. Blue Sharks!
Amazing job. Well, let's take a look at the scoreboard.
After that sweet effort by David, it sees the Blue Sharks go further in front with a 2-0 lead over the Falcons.
Are you ready for another challenge? Yeah! Let's do it, come on!
This next challenge doesn't take very much at all. Just nerves of steel. Zach is on a platform attached to a bungee 60 feet above the floor of the fort. When ready, he's going to jump, bounce once, try to grab a wallet that holds the code so that his team can open the box and win the key. Now, I know you've never bungeed before.
No.
What a first bungee. Are you ready for the challenge?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
He needs your support, guys.
Zach is about to take the leap of his life. Will he overcome his fears and win a first key for the Falcons? Okay, Zach. In your time, when you're ready, make that jump.
Come on, Zach.
Unbelievable. What a jump. And he's got the code. Nice work. They've got to get that code in before the time runs out. Easy code, Mick. What?
He's having fun up there.
They got it. Nice work, my man. Nice work, Zach. Nice work, big guy. Hey, I've seen a lot of challenges, but that one was great. Let's look at that again on the replay.
I just looked down, I was like, all right, let's do this. And I just like spread my wings and I was like, caw. That was like my first time bungee jumping and it was just the adrenaline started pumping and I was like, all right. 1, 2, 3, caw!
Congratulations, you've got the Falcons' first key. So, let's check out the scoreboard.
After that amazing jump by Zach, the Falcons have their first key, but they still trail the Sharks 2-1.
Are you ready for another challenge?
We sure are, yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. Come on. So here we are at the next challenge. Who's gonna win? Well, we'll see. So behind this door is your next challenge. You're gonna find 2 ropes, and those ropes go out through the window and down to the sea.
The challenge is for 2 members of each team to pull those ropes back through the window and reveal the code, which is split into 2 parts. Blue Sharks will use the black rope, White Falcons will use the white. Sounds easy, but those ropes have got some pretty heavy weights attached to the end of them.
Mitchell was team captain. Who's going in for the White Falcons?
Me and Callum are doing this one.
Okay. Good luck, guys. And Simon, as team captain, who's going in for your team?
Adrian and Alex for the win.
Well, good luck, guys. In you go. And you're going to start the challenge on my cue. And remember, teams, once they've got the code, obviously you guys have got to key it in to the locks to grab the key. Are you ready, teams? Yeah! Your challenge starts now!
Both teams have to use all their strength and stamina to haul those ropes up over 50 feet through that window. It's a long way to pull.
I've got it!
The Falcons have got the first part of the code already. Amazing pulling.
Code is ... 3, 4!
I think Mitchell's got the code the wrong way round. The Falcons have now got the second part of their code, but can they get them in the right order?
4-3 ... 5-8.
Yes, they can! Looks like the Sharks have only just got their first part, but it's too late. The Falcons have got their key.
Congratulations, White Falcons! Teams, there you are! Good job, guys!
I think the adrenaline was pumping, so I was just really going for it, and Mitchell was brilliant as well.
At first, we pulled out and we got the red bit first with the ribbon. We were like, oh, yeah.
Then when we were pulling it up and we had the labels, it just wouldn't come out of the paint. It looks like it was stuck in there.
I got so confused because they were calling out like 3 different sets of numbers, and they were only supposed to call out 2.
And we were pulling, it just wouldn't come out, and we just lost really fast after that.
Yeah, but eventually we opened it and it was fine. Yeah.
We beat the other team pretty well. It was good. It was a confident performance.
You were speeding! That was great teamwork!
Yes.
Well done, well done. So
Awesome.
that's your second key.
Yeah, second key, awesome, guys. Let's keep it up.
So after that incredible show of strength, the Falcons equal things up. It's now 2 treasure chamber keys to both teams.
It is everything to play for. But are you guys ready for another challenge?
Yeah!
Come on, let's go! Let's go!
Okay, teams, you are very close to today's final destination. But before we get there, we have one last chance at winning a key. The task is simple, but not easy. Here we have pieces of wood shaped like Fort Boyard. We're going to build a tower 1 piece at a time. The Falcons will add a piece, the Sharks will add a piece. The team that makes the tower fall will lose the challenge and the vital last key in today's competition. Sharks, are you ready?
Yes! Born ready.
Falcons, are you ready?
Yes!
Then line them up. So which team will pile their way to victory? But more importantly, who will take away the most points from today's encounter with the legendary treasure chamber? Both teams go into this battle with 2 keys each, knowing that the winner will take the advantage going into the treasure chamber, but who will hold their nerve? Okay, guys, it's all tied up. The last key is on the line. We're gonna start with the Falcons. Your challenge starts now. A simple start for Mitchell. Solid move by Adrienne. Careful start. Callum's move is good. Okay, very nice. A different tactic by David. Don't touch the table.
We were really tense and just shaking the entire time we were doing it.
It's getting a little tricky now. Nice work by Julia. It's Simon's turn. This is tense. His block stays. It's your call. Mitchell looks nervous, but his block stays on. Okay. Careful with the table.
Every time you put another one on, the stack would wobble. We'd be like, ah!
Somebody's gonna lose.
I was awful. My hands were just like that the whole time. Ridiculous.
Oh, quick move, quiet. Great move by Zach. That's one tall tower. Can Alex make it taller? Yes, he can. It's getting a little tricky. Great job, Julia. You're shaking a little bit there, buddy. You're shaking a little bit.
If you ever have to do that again, I'm gonna have a heart attack.
I think the tower's a little taller than you, Chief. Can you handle it? Small guy, big tower. Nice work. The tower's getting really tall, making it even more challenging for the shorter contestants. Nice work, Adrian. Nice work. Quiet. Take a breath. Take a deep breath. Callum's a bit shaky. Wait. She's up. Be careful. How is it still standing? Oh my goodness. Zach's up. He's about to run out of bricks. Unbelievable. Let's have another look at that tower action. Zach thought he had done it, but the tower fell just before Alex selected his piece. The Sharks win the challenge and the final last key of the competition. Nice job. Very nice work, man. After that amazing battle, the Blue Sharks have 3 keys, giving them a slim lead over the White Falcons, who have 2. We're on our way now, guys, to the treasure chamber. Let's go. Okay, teams, you have arrived at the ultimate challenge. This is a race to grab coins in the treasure chamber. The race is never over until it's over.
You need 3 keys to give you the maximum amount of time of 3 minutes in the chamber. If you don't have 3 keys, then you're going to forfeit time. So, Sharks, how many keys have you got?
3.
You got 3 keys!
Wow.
You're going to get 4 3 minutes. And Falcons, how many keys do you have? 2 keys! Yeah! A really good team effort, so well done. Your penalty will be 20 seconds in time, so you guys need to wait here 20 seconds after the Sharks go in. Are you all clear on that? Yeah. Okay, the gate's opening, and here are your all-important maps.
Thank you.
Good luck, teams.
Okay, guys, remember, go, and don't stop until the race is done. On my mark, your challenge starts now. Go. When the gates open, our warriors look for their team crest, then use the maps to place the team crest on the right squares on the chamber floor. They go to the tiger's head, and if they've got it right, the key to their treasure chest will drop, and they can start collecting coins. There's the key. As the Falcons enter the chamber, the extra time has really helped the Sharks. They've opened the chest already. Only use your hands. It's about the trips, guys, not the number of coins. It's about how many trips you make. The Sharks are collecting fast. The Falcons will have to fly if they're going to catch up. That's the final piece for the Falcons. Have they got the key? Yes. Wow. Put the key in the box. Turn it. The Sharks have collected a lot of coins. Finally, the Falcons get their goal, but the Sharks are way ahead.
Catching up to the Falcons.
Keep going. Great work by Callum. The Falcons need to grab and go, and that's just what Zach is doing.
The clock is ticking.
Wow.
Go on, Callum. Good work, Mitchell.
Come on. The Falcons look like they're doing a great job, but the Sharks are piling in the coins.
Adrian, she's doing well. Not long left, guys.
Time is starting to close in now. These coins are valuable to both teams' overall leaderboard scores, so they need to get as many as they can. Alex is flying. Both teams are grabbing as much as their hands can hold. They've got to get out before that gate closes. Step out of the way, 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 step out of the way. Very nice. Hey, let's have a look at some of those key moments.
We found all of our shields pretty quickly, but I think the most trouble was the key fell.
The team was a really good team, and we pushed them all the way.
Dropped the coins, and then we just grabbed them and ran.
Just so strong and like carried on the way we were from the start. Still happy, still cheerful, still going for it.
We just went as fast as we could.
I really proud of the team. We worked really hard and we got back up there. It was great.
Right now, we're going to see how much you actually took. Okay, Falcon, we'll start with you.
Oh, this is nice.
That's nice, man.
That's nice support for the other team there.
is.
How many coins did you get?
$970 points.
That's okay. All right. Okay, guys. You think you've done better?
I hope so. I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
Sharks,
Come on, guys.
weigh it
Come
up.
on, guys. I'm really loving this support. This is nice,
Yeah,
nice support for the other
That is
teams.
decent.
Yeah, well done. There's a lot of coins there.
All right.
Are there enough to beat 970?
Oh.
Can they beat the Falcons' score?
That is a big score. Congratulations, Sharks. Nice one.
So our first leaderboard of the series sees the White Falcons in second spot with 970, but the Blue Sharks take top with a fantastic 1,280 points.
Until we meet again, it's goodbye from the mighty Fort Boyard.
Bye.
Join us next time when the Red Vipers take on the Yellow Scorpions in an exciting battle here on Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge.
Victory for the Blues.
Well, we can get this job done. Win it.
I think I can definitely step up and be that big game player that the team needs.
We're looking at a good chance here. At least that's what I think.
I don't think the fort holds any fears for me.
When the going gets tough, the tough get going, so.
Blue Sharks are going to be good at every challenge, which is why we're going to win.
Years ago, this Napoleonic fort was built in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean to protect France from invasion. Now it is home to a new kind of battle. 6 teams of modern-day warriors are facing one another in a tournament that tests wit, strength, and courage. But who will emerge victorious? Will it be one of the teams on today's Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge? Are you ready for this? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fort Boyard. Once again, 2 teams are on their way to face a set of awesome challenges with the aim of earning enough points to get them into the grand final.
Those teams don't know what tests are ahead of them, but the one thing they do know is they're up against the clock and they're going to need all the strength they've got to make it to the very end.
That's right, Laura. So let's meet today's teams.
I'm a very big game player. I can motivate my team and make sure we win.
I'm here at Fort Boyard to have an adventure. You know, I want to do something new, do something different. I'm very competitive.
I think if we put our mind to it, we can go all the way.
I know I'm a big game player, and I know the Red Vipers are going to be a big game player. I have really good hand-eye coordination and quick reactions.
Pressure is what I thrive off. You can't really perform without pressure.
Are we going to win? Red Vipers are going to win.
So it's the Yellow Scorpions versus the Red Vipers in today's Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge. Welcome, young warriors. All right.
Shane, you're Yellow Scorpions team captain. Are you ready to lead your team to victory?
Yes, I'm ready. We're definitely going to win this game.
Woohoo!
Hey, Jack. Doesn't look like you guys are nervous at all.
No, we're definitely ready to win this game.
Well, all right. Are you ready for battle?
Yeah!
Say that again.
Yeah!
All right. Each show has 5 challenges where the aim is to win keys. Teams need 3 keys in order to get the maximum time in the treasure chamber. There, they need to collect as many coins as they can to get through to the tournament final. Let battle commence. Today's contest begins with a fearsome challenge. Zachary and Matt are about to climb out onto the fortress wall. Once there, they must make their way along the narrowest of platforms 40 feet above the sea in an effort to grab their team cartridge containing the code that their team needs to open the key box. Okay, Zachary, Matt, This is your first opportunity to win a key. And just remember, don't look down. Scorpion Zach and Viper Matt are ready to climb out onto the fort wall to do battle for the first treasure chamber key. Okay, Zachary, Matt, your time starts now. Zach and Matt edge out onto the fort wall over 40 feet above the crashing waves of the Atlantic Ocean.
Come on, Zach!
This ain't called Terror Walk for nothing. Zach is taking his time and feeling his way. But Matt is really going for it and taking the early lead. Zach needs to step it up if he's going to catch Matt.
Tough challenge, guys.
He's got some ground to make up now.
40 feet above the sea.
Matt's already at the box. He's really fast. And he's got the cylinder with the code.
Okay, no, he's got to make his way back.
He's going to pass Zach on the way back. Matt looks really confident. But Zach is still going. He's not giving up. That's what Fort Boyard is all about. Never give up, never give in. Pull your line. This is one of the scariest challenges on the fort. Those ledges are only an inch or so thick, and the only places to hold on are between the stones. And don't forget about that drop. This is hard. You guys gotta get ready.
Get ready, tap in that code.
Viper Matt is nearly at the window, while Scorpion Zach still hasn't reached his box. Come on.
Here Matt comes. Looks like this might be one for the Vipers.
Matt's back, and Zach has finally reached his box. Here comes Matt. He's just got to unscrew that cylinder and call out the code.
Here's Matt.
He's way ahead.
5317. 5317.
Wow.
Oh, Vipers!
Zach's still struggling.
Okay, they're in.
And the Vipers take the key.
And they've got it. Well done, guys.
Great job, Vipers.
Congrats. How's Zach doing?
Zach's struggling and slips. Good thing he's wearing a safety harness. He gave it a good try, though. This challenge is really hard. Now let's look at the key moments.
When I first stepped out the ledge, I didn't look down. You forget all about the surroundings. There's a key you're focused on.
And then as I kept on moving, and there were different heights and different sizes, and I was like, oh man, you know, this is definitely different than what I thought it was gonna be.
You're straight up against the wall. I mean, it's real Spider-Man stuff here, so it's as tough as anything.
When I fell from the ledge, I knew I had the thing connecting me, but you know, I knew it was gonna catch me, but there was a split second where I thought it wasn't, but then it did.
It was a great effort from Zach there, but after that first challenge, let's have a look at the leaderboard.
That's a commanding win and a first treasure chamber key for the Red Vipers. They lead 1-0.
And there's a chance for you to add to that key because this challenge is just for you guys alone, so follow me. Here we are. It's time to find out what's behind this door. So inside you'll find 2 large sticks and 2 cooking pots. 2 members of your team have got to move those cooking pots from one side of the room over to the other, drop them in the baskets, and that will release the key. Now this challenge is all about teamwork and communication, and of course don't forget you are up against the clock. So Jack, who's going in?
Caleb and Laura are going to take part.
Okay, Caleb and Laura, if you'd like to take your position at the door, please.
Got it.
And your time starts now.
I think this is one of the trickiest challenges on Fort Boyard. Let's hope they're not afraid of rats too.
Come on, you need to pick that pot up and transport it across.
Grip on the stick, come on guys.
Oh.
This challenge requires real concentration and real cooperation. If you're not perfectly in sync, that happens.
Get real tight, take a second before you do it. Come on guys, you can do this. Press it together, slow it guys, slow it.
They're getting better each time.
Lift them high.
Where you going?
Oh, but this challenge requires absolute perfection. Those sticks need to be parallel all the time, but they have to move them from side to side and up and down.
It's ticking away guys, come on. Slowly does it, talk.
That's it. I'm loving this.
I think Caleb and Laura are getting the hang of this now. That's more than halfway.
Oh, that was so close.
You've got a lot of time left.
It's right back to the beginning for them now.
Cooking pots into those pots.
Just 30 seconds left. Don't forget they need to get 2 of those pots into the buckets to get the key.
You keep it like this.
Those Vipers are really working well together. But this is just so hard.
The jar is. Hold the sticks closer. Spread the weight. Come on, Vipers. You red Vipers. Let's go.
Really?
And here they go again. But they've less than 10 seconds now.
Caleb, Laura, nice try.
There's some rats or mice there. I noticed them at first, but I just sort of blocked them out, focused on the challenge.
It went wrong when one of us needed to go up and the other one needed to go down at the same time, so it's basically impossible.
Just didn't quite manage to move those pots over. It really is a tricky challenge. So after that, let's have a little look at the scoreboard.
The scores stay the same, with the Vipers leading the Scorpions by 1 treasure chamber key to none.
Okay, time now for another challenge, guys. Come on, you can do this. Let's go.
We're here at one of the fort's most nerve-wracking challenges. Jack and Billy are about to edge their way along these 2 cables suspended high across the fort. They aim to be the first to grab their team cartridge hanging above the cables, shuffle back, unlock the cartridge, then read the hidden codes in order to unlock the box and grab today's first key. Okay, guys. Billy, are you ready? Yeah. Jack, you ready?
Yep.
40 feet above the 4th floor, Scorpion Billy and Viper Jack are ready to battle for another key to the treasure chamber. Okay, guys, on my mark. Your challenge begins now!
Let's go, Jack!
Viper Jack gets away first. That's a great technique. But Billy's a little slower out of the blocks. Look at those cables bouncing. It's making a tough challenge even harder. Jack looks unstoppable. He's got to his cartridge and has a huge lead over Billy. Jack's on the return trip. Turning around is really tricky. It's allowed Billy to catch up. But Jack has got that great technique going again, and he's really moving. Billy's there, but is he too late?
Come on, Billy.
They've still got to get the code out, but Jack is quick with his fingers too. Here comes the Viper's code.
2759. Keep going. 2759.
Keep going, Billy.
Billy's still trying hard, but he's no match for the super quick Vipers today. Oh, man. Nice work, guys. Excellent work, guys.
Keep going.
Let's have another look at that action.
I'm not afraid of heights, and I just focused on getting the key. It was as if I was 2 feet off the ground.
I did feel as if I was going to fall off a couple of times, but I carried on and did my best.
Once I got back and I got the code out, my adrenaline was pumping, and I just yelled the number out and was really happy my team grabbed the win.
Quite like the task, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
It's another victory for the Vipers there.
Yes, come on.
Let's see what that does to the scoreboard.
The Vipers increase their lead and take a second treasure chamber key.
Okay, Scorpions, here we are at your next challenge. Currently 2 keys down. This is your chance to really bring it back in the game. Come on, I know you can do this. Right, well, this next challenge is for one member of the team to go in here and find a key which is in one of 20 jars. Now, it sounds pretty simple, but in those jars there's going to be a few nasty little creatures and maybe a few surprises. So it's for someone who's very brave. So Shane, as team captain, which member of the team is going in?
I think Emily should do it.
Emily's going to take on this challenge.
Come on, Emily, you can do it.
Any techniques you're going to use inside, do you think?
Now look what's inside.
Not look what's inside. Okay, right. Take your place at the door, Emily.
Here you are, Emily.
Here goes. Good luck. Your time starts now.
This is a Scorpion solo game, so Emily is only up against the clock and fear of the unknown.
I'm scared of creepy crawlies in tight spaces.
And brave Emily is facing up to those fears big time.
The most disgusting thing that I saw was probably the hundreds of, maybe thousands of maggots in one jar.
Even better. Come on, Emily.
Oh, looks like red slime in there.
Keep on moving. Just don't miss. 1, 2, 3, go.
She said she wasn't going to look, but not knowing what's in those pots is what makes this game so hard.
Next one. All right. 1, 2, 3, go.
She's going to have to speed things up here if she wants to find that key. Oh, she looks nervous, but can you blame her?
Come on a minute. Let's get it in.
Less than 30 seconds left. And there's still loads of pots to search.
All right. Come on, just dig.
She's really got to get her hand inside and have a good feel.
This is so tough mentally, but Emily is being really brave.
Just go for it. Come on, let's go for it. It's okay.
She's got to put her hand all the way in, guys. She's never going to find that key. Good job. That was a good team effort, guys. Come on, let's give it to her. That was tough. I'm not sure I'd fancy that myself.
When I walked in the room, it was really scary as there's all of these jars, and some of them are see-through, and you can see maggots and mice and cockroaches, but then there's some covered ones, and then you stick your hand in, it's sticky and slimy and red and juicy and disgusting.
Let's have a little look at the scoreboard.
After that game, there's no change to the score. The Vipers lead on 2 keys with the Scorpions yet to score.
But don't worry, guys, because we have got another challenge now, so come on, let me hear it! You can do this! Let's go.
Okay, teams, we're almost at our final destination, but before we get there, you have one last chance to win a key. The task is simple. Here we have 2 blocks of wood with 4 nails. 1 nail per team member. Here are your hammers, and each team member is going to drive a nail until you are finished. The first team to finish will win the vital last key in today's competition. Are you ready, Vipers?
Yes!
Are you ready, Scorpions?
Yes!
All right, then line them up. So which team will hammer their way to victory? But more importantly, who will take away the most points from today's encounter in the legendary treasure chamber? The Scorpions, who have yet to score, and the Vipers leading by 2 keys are going head to head, both hoping to win the last key. Okay, guys, all you have to remember is focus on the nails. I'll let you know when to change. On my mark, your challenge starts now. Scorpion Shane versus Viper Jack. Captain versus captain. Hey, Jack takes the lead. Laura's up next. But Shane comes back. Hey! Scorpion Emily takes up the challenge. Laura is really concentrating. They're neck and neck now. Change! It's Scorpion Billy versus Viper Kayla. This is going to the very last nail. Billy's ahead. Hey! Scorpion Zach's up. Oh, but he's bent it. That's going to make it tough. Can the Viper steal? That's going to do it. Yes! Oh my goodness, that was amazing. You guys won the final key. That was terrific, man. Okay. After that nail-bashing game, it's a 3rd key and maximum time for the Vipers in the treasure chamber. But the Scorpions are going to face a time penalty. All right, guys, moving on to the treasure chamber. Let's go. Okay, guys, so you've made it to the ultimate challenge. But I need you to understand something, that this is a race to grab coins in the treasure chamber. But not only that, it's also a chance to add vital points to your leaderboard score.
Now you need 3 keys to give you the maximum amount of time in the treasure chamber, which is 3 minutes. If you don't have 3 keys, then you will be forfeited. So, Vipers, how many keys have you got?
We have 3.
3 keys, so that's 3 minutes you're gonna have in the treasure chamber. Well done. And Scorpions, how many keys have you got?
We do not have any keys.
No keys. Well, not all's lost. You're still gonna get into the treasure chamber, but the forfeit is that you guys have to wait 20 seconds before you enter the treasure chamber after these guys, and as an extra penalty, a further 2 of you will have to wait another 20 seconds. Right, you need your all-important maps, so here they are. Here we go, guys. Are you ready?
Okay, Vipers, Scorpions, on my mark. Your challenge starts now.
Guys, have a little think about
When
how
the
you're gonna collect
gates
these coins.
open, our warriors look for their team crest, then use the maps to place the team crest on the right squares on the chamber floor.
Not long now.
Then they go to the tiger's head, and if they got it right, the key to their treasure chest will drop and they can start collecting coins. Jack and Billy are in, but the Vipers are racing through their map. The Scorpions are gonna have to move quick. The Vipers have done it. They've released their key. Now Scorpion, Shane, and Emily are in to lend a hand to solve their map. They've got to move fast. Vipers are struggling to open their chest.
Vipers are already in the chest.
But the Vipers have got their chest open now and can start grabbing coins.
Advantage.
Each coin means points on their tournament leaderboard score.
Come on, Scorpions.
The Scorpions have completed their map and released the key. They're just down one trip. Point! There you go. Now their chest is open, but they really need to grab and go. Grab and go, don't be slow.
It's a race against time, Gino.
Oh, goodness. Now they're moving, but can they catch those Vipers? Different technique there. Do you grab through the narrow bars at the bottom or the wider ones higher up?
There's not long left. Try not to drop them.
Look at Caleb go. Great job.
Come on. Haven't got long left.
No. Remember, it's just the top two on the tournament leaderboard that make it to the final. They've got to get out of the chamber before the gate closes.
Drop the coins in as you come out.
Outstanding challenge, guys. Outstanding. Let's have a look at some of those key moments.
I believe that was a really, really good finish for the team.
Going into the treasure chamber and collecting all the treasure is the best part.
Anyone's in it here, so we're really up for it. We really sort of gave it our best shot.
Okay, guys, that was a great competition. It's time to tally the take. Let's see.
That was a really good effort,
That was
guys.
a great haul. That was a great haul.
Really good effort.
All right.
And if you look up there, the total will come in.
Wow, 1,010.
Well done.
Nice work.
Well done,
Nice work. Okay, guys, remove your coins. There you go. Okay, Vipers, let's see what you got.
Vipers.
You got 1,010 to beat. You had a massive
They had
advantage.
3 minutes.
A massive advantage.
Massive advantage.
Let's see how they did.
Let's see what the score is.
The score to beat is 1,010.
It was closer than I thought. Closer than I thought.
Close. It really was close. So let's see how that affects the overall tournament leaderboard.
With that amazing total, the Red Vipers go straight to the top, just ahead of the Sharks in second. The Scorpions aren't far behind, though, in third place.
And until we meet again, it's goodbye from the mighty Fort Boyard.
We'll see you then. Bye.
Join us next time when the Green Jaguars face the Silver Dragons right here on Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge.
The whole day was just an amazing experience.
We get this chance once in a lifetime, so we know how lucky we are to have this.
I think we still have a solid shot at meeting the finals.
Team Vipers, we did it.
Yes.
Woo! Go Team Vipers!
200 years ago, this Napoleonic fort was built in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean to protect France from invasion. Now it is home to a new kind of battle. 6 teams of modern-day warriors are facing one another in a tournament that tests wit, strength, and courage. But who will emerge victorious? Will it be one of the teams on today's Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge? Are you ready for this? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fort Boyard. Today, 2 teams will face a set of challenges that will test their skill and courage.
The teams don't know what's in store, but they do know they're going to be pushed to their absolute limits.
So, let's meet today's teams.
I think my main strength would have to be that I don't give up and I give 100%. I could take on anything that Fort Boyard throws at me.
I think we can win, so watch out, guys.
We're getting all the way. Silver Dragons.
I'm a massive game player and a team player, and I like to lead my team as well.
If I put my mind to it, I can take on anything.
When the going gets tough, I get going.
I think the Green Jaguars can go all the way and win the final.
It's the Green Jaguars versus the Silver Dragons in today's Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge. Welcome, young warriors.
Wow, Charles, you're team captain of the Silver Dragons. So why are you a good team captain?
I give good direction, I accept criticism, and I was a natural-born leader.
Ooh,
all right.
okay.
Jordan, your team ready?
Yeah, I've got a lot of motivation. We've got a fantastic team. We've got a lot of skill in every single area. We're gonna
all
win.
right. Are you ready for battle?
Yeah!
Oh, all right. Each show has 5 challenges where the aim is to win keys. Teams need 3 keys in order to get the maximum time in the treasure chamber. There, they need to collect as many coins as they can to get through to the tournament final. Let battle commence. Okay, everybody, we're starting today's competition with a frightening challenge. Charles and Jordan are about to climb out onto the fortress wall. Once there, they'll make their way along the narrowest of platforms 40 feet above the sea in an effort to grab their team cartridge containing the code that their team needs to open the key box. Okay, Charles and Jordan, this is today's first competition and your first chance to win a key. Please, whatever you do, hang on and don't look down. Dragon Charles and Jaguar Jordan are about to climb out onto the fortress wall to battle for the first key in one epic challenge. Okay, guys, on my mark. Your challenge starts now. It's captain versus captain in this first challenge, and both are off to a flying start. They are over 40 feet high above the Atlantic Ocean. This is one scary challenge. Those ledges are tiny. They have to be so careful with their footwork, otherwise it's game over. Jordan is inching ahead, but it's so close. Looks like it's Charles that's opened his box first. And Jordan has got his open. But Charles is flying ahead. Dragon Charles has a strong lead now. Jaguar Jordan will have to speed up if he wants to win today's first key. Guys, get ready. Get ready. They're going to be coming out real soon, okay? Look at Jordan. He's caught up quickly. Boy, this is tight. Charles is through the window.
Charles
really close.
just nipped in.
And Jordan is just behind. Man, who is it going to be? Who's going to win this? Here's Charles. He's got to unlock that cylinder to get the code. And here's Jordan. It all comes down to who can get the code out first.
Capture and get that code.
4978 2613.
Fastest fingers first. This is so exciting.
Nice work. Hey, let's have a look at the replay.
I rock climbed in my own time, and I was really excited for this event. I thought, I'd knock it out, but it was actually a lot more challenging than I thought.
It was really scary at first and quite difficult because the ledges were really small.
At one point, I was holding in with, one finger. I had one finger in there, and
it was really close. I think we only lost by about 3 or 4 seconds.
As soon as I ran in, I sprinted and made sure I got that cap off and made sure everybody got the numbers right away.
Well, after that, let's have a look at the scoreboard.
That was a fantastic opening challenge which sees the Silver Dragons take the first key in today's competition.
Congratulations, guys!
Silver Dragons! Yeah, all the way!
Oh, it's time for another challenge now. Are you ready?
Yeah! Come on!
Let's do this. This one is just for you, so follow me! Come on over! So, here we are at the next challenge. How are you feeling?
Good.
Well, this challenge is for just one of the team, and behind this door, there's a loom. The key is at the far end in a set of scales. You've got to move the corn using the buckets into the scales, get enough in there for the key to be released. You're up against the clock. So, Charles, as team captain, which member of the team's doing this challenge?
I think Laura's got this one in the bag.
Laura? Right, okay, I'm going to ask you to take your place at the door. Are you ready?
Yep.
Your time starts now.
Go, Laura, you got this. Come on, Laura.
Now Laura has to fill those buckets with as much corn as she can and carry them across the loom.
Right, Laura. There you go.
She then needs to fill the scales with the corn to release the key.
As quick as
she can.
You got plenty of time. Fantastic, well done. Good technique. Just be careful,
So careful not to drop the corn.
Place your feet right in between the biggest gaps. Like that next gap.
Some good team advice here.
Big long step. Alright.
Laura made pretty quick work of that loom. Great technique. She doesn't want to drop any of that corn.
Looking good.
Come on, Laura. Oh, shit, really back. Hurry back, straight back.
There's just 1 minute left. Now she must race back and get some more corn as quickly as she can.
Gotta get a lot of corn in the bucket.
The more corn she can get, the fewer trips she'll have to make across the loom.
Alright, hurry.
I think we've probably halfway through.
Next bucket. The other one's falling faster. You have to go across. Come on, you can do this.
And don't forget, guys, she needs to get that key and get out of there before the time runs out.
Come on,
She gets the
Laura,
key,
quick,
she's not
quick,
out. No key.
Fantastic, well done. Keep those legs moving. Come on, Laura, quick. Empty them. Just be careful, careful. Alright, other one. Fast.
She's running out.
Oh, quick, run.
I don't think she's got enough time to make another trip.
Quickly. Right, Laura, just come out. Just drop it, run.
Still got a bit of time left.
Quick, get out. Get out. Out you come, quick, 3.
Oh, well done. Nice try.
I thought that it would be really easy, but it was actually a lot harder than I thought. I tried to scoop corn into the bucket, but it just kept on falling out. So I had really little corn in the buckets.
You were so close, so good effort. After that, let's have a little look at the scores.
So after that second challenge, it's still 1 key to none for the Silver Dragons.
It's time for another challenge now, so off we go.
The Fort's next challenge is a race against time and space. Imogen and Sash are about to walk into a room. The task is to find keys, white for dragons and black for jaguars, in a maze above their heads. Lead the keys through the maze and open the box on the floor to retrieve the treasure key, all while the room is getting smaller. Oh, and a not so little surprise awaits them. Okay, guys, are you ready for this challenge? Sash and Imogen are about to battle it out in an ever-shrinking room as they race for that all-important key. Your challenge starts now. Now, Sash is looking for the black keys and Imogen the white. They both have 4 each to get, but only 2 of those will unlock their side of the key box. Right now.
Go for the jaguars, Amy.
Try in both locks.
Yeah. It fits, so he's got to find just one more.
Come on. Get out, well done. Try in both locks.
The ceiling is really closing in on them now. Imogen's got a key, but it's not the right one. And now Sash has another. Coming down. But it doesn't fit either. They can hardly stand at this point. Imogen's got her first key, but the ceiling is so low they're running out of time.
Wall's closing in. There we go.
But Sash has a key. He's got 2 keys. And Imogen tries another. This is close. One. It's the last one. Ooh. They're both searching for just one more key, but it could be too late. The room is almost at its smallest of just 2 feet. If the warning light flashes, they must get out. Warning's about to come on. There's the warning light. You gotta get out.
Get out
Okay, guys. All right. How did that feel?
It was really hard, but neither of us got a key.
It was actually quite challenging, actually, because it was harder than it looks to actually get the keys off the hook.
But we did work our best and we got pretty close.
After that dramatic challenge, no key is won, so the Dragons still lead the Jaguars by 1 key to 0. Okay, Jaguars, the next challenge is for you only, so off you go.
So, Green Jaguars, here we are at your next challenge. Now, Jordan, as team captain, you've chosen Joseph to take on this challenge. He's going to have to move the metal chair along this beam, which is 60 feet above the fort floor. Once he gets to the end, he's got to stand and balance himself on this chair and take a massive leap over to the trapeze, pull the rope to reveal the code. He is up against the clock as well. So, Joseph, your challenge starts now. Come on, come on.
Joseph is one brave guy doing this. This really is one of the fort's scariest challenges.
Whatever the fort can offer, I will not be afraid of it. I am not afraid to take anything on in that fort.
He's 60 feet high up there.
Slowly and steadily pushing the chair.
He's concentrating so hard as he knows one wrong step could end in disaster.
You're doing really well for time.
At first, it went pretty fast, very well, except the chair was a little rusty and kind of difficult moving it along.
He's not just battling with that chair, he's battling with the elements too. It's really windy so high up.
Come on, we... Going.
Now he must step up onto that chair. This takes real nerve.
Is it lined up?
Yep. It's so important he's got to line the chair. Remember, this is for your first key.
He's taking his time as that chair is really unstable, just as the name suggests.
Now's the moment. Good job.
Can he make the leap of a lifetime?
Got it, you got it.
Get your balance. Yeah.
What an effort!
Pull that rope.
Now he's got to shout out that code.
5421.
Hurry, guys, time's ticking.
431.
Quick, guys, quick, guys.
Only 20 seconds left.
Come on, come on, come on. Good job. That was amazing, and it was just in time. Let's have a look at some of that action back.
The wind started blowing while I was up there, so I'm like, oh no, this is just like the slightest gust of wind could blow me off. My whole team, they're really supporting me, and I was like, I can do this,
Well done, guys. So you've got 1 key now. Let's have a look at the scoreboard.
After that brilliant effort by Joseph, it means the scores are now level with 1 key each for both the Dragons and the Jaguars.
So how are we feeling? We're feeling confident?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got another challenge now, so you ready?
Yeah.
Come on, let's do this. Woo.
Okay, guys, we're almost at today's final destination. But before we get there, you have one last chance to win a key. The task is very simple. Here we have a glass floating in water in an aquarium. Here we have coins of varying weights. Each team member is going to drop 1 coin into the glass. The team that makes the glass sink will lose the vital last key in today's competition. Jaguars, do you understand?
Yes.
Dragons, do you understand?
Yes.
Line them up. So which team will keep their heads above water? But more importantly, who will take away the most points from today's legendary treasure chamber? As we head towards the treasure chamber, there's one last key to be won, and both teams really want to win it. Your challenge starts now. Charles is up first for the Dragons. That's a confident start. Jordan is next. Don't touch the table. Strong move. Sash steps up. No problem.
It seemed kind of easy. We're just putting coins in a cup. But as more people put coins in a cup, it seemed like it was more and more difficult to see where you placed it and what coin you got.
Laura's up. There's a key riding on this. Remember, Imogen, this is not a race.
It's not a race. Very good.
It's James' turn.
Gently, gently. Light.
Joseph can't believe it.
Nice.
That glass is almost sunk.
Pressure's on you, Jaguars.
The glass didn't sink. The Jaguars really lucked out. How is it still floating?
Pressure's on, Captain.
It's all about this coin. Oh! Let's take a look at that again. Sadly, the Dragons were sunk with that last coin. Jaguars win the last and vital key.
The aquarium was really bad, and it was right at the brim. The water was right at the brim, so when I put that last coin in, it sank down. I felt kind of guilty for that.
So as we head to the treasure chamber, it's the Green Jaguars that take a 2-key to 1 advantage over the Silver Dragons. We're going to the treasure chamber. Let's go! Okay, guys, you've made it to the ultimate challenge. Now keep in mind, this is a race to grab coins in the treasure chamber. Not only to grab coins, but to add points to your leaderboard score.
Now, each team needs 3 keys to give you the maximum amount of time of 3 minutes in the treasure chamber. If you don't have those 3 keys, then you'll pay a penalty in time. So, how many keys do you have, Dragons?
1 key.
1 key. I'll take that from you, thank you. And how many keys do you have? 2 keys, so we'll take those. With 2 keys, you're gonna get a total of 2 minutes 40 in the treasure chamber. That's a 20-second time penalty. And Dragons, you're gonna have the same, a 20-second time penalty, but because you only had 1 key, 1 member of your team has a further penalty of 20 seconds. Right, well, here are the all-important maps. You're gonna need those.
Okay, guys, are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, on my mark, your challenge starts now.
Go! Come on, guys, come on.
When the gates open, our warriors look for their team crest, then use the maps to place the team crest on the right squares on the chamber floor. They go to the tiger's head, and if they've got it right, the key to their treasure chest will drop, and they can start collecting coins. As Laura enters the chamber for the Dragons, it's looking pretty close as both teams have nearly finished their maps. Orchestrating everything.
Yeah.
That's really smart. Despite the Dragons' penalty, both teams are at the tiger's head at the same time.
Are you there, Imogen?
Looks like the Jaguars' map is wrong. But the Dragons have their key. They got a mistake here. Jaguars have fixed their map and now have their key. Keys are released.
Charles, you need some more.
It's the Dragons that get their gold first. Use your hands to collect the treasure. Charles is off with his first load of coins. There you go, there you go. And now the Jaguars have their coins. It's all about the number of trips. Don't waste your time
The
collecting.
Dragons are well away here. Jaguars.
There you go. Don't worry about collecting as many as you can. It's all about grabbing and going, keeping it flowing. Jordan is really racing there. There you go. Just grab a handful. Grab 2 handfuls and come. Those coins are turning into points on your leaderboard now. Come on. The more coins they get, the more points they'll have on the leaderboard, and the better chance they'll have to get to the final. They must get out before the gate closes.
Remember, anyone gets stuck in line, you're going to be deducted points. Get out.
It's gonna be tight. Guys, fantastic. Let's take a look at some of those key moments.
We found all the things and then put one of them in the wrong place, so we were like, it's not working, it's not working.
We did like a really good effort, so I was collecting all the coins and these guys would be the runners.
But we did really well collecting it because we were a few seconds behind. Obviously, they got their treasure.
Okay, guys, that was a great competition. It is time to tally the take. So start with you guys, Dragons. Let's see what you got.
Pour that treasure in, come on.
Right.
It's going to be close, you know.
I think it is. I think it's going to be very close.
$1,080.
That's
good
a pretty
job,
good
guys.
haul. It's a pretty good haul. Let's get that out of there. Make sure you didn't leave any. Okay, Jaguars, let's see what you took.
Remember, the score to beat is 1,080.
Let's see what that total is. Good job, guys. But let's see how that affects the overall tournament leaderboard.
With that great haul, the Dragons go into 3rd place on our leaderboard and the Jaguars into 4th, both hot on the heels of the Vipers, who lead the tournament.
And until next time, it's goodbye from the mighty Fort Boyard.
We'll see you then. Bye.
Join us next time when the Vipers take on the Sharks here on Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge.
When we were waiting for, the count to come in, I was like, uh-oh. I actually felt more nervous then than I did at the top of that beam.
We were convinced they had more, but in the way up we had 40 more, so we were really, really happy with that.
1040 isn't that bad. I think we did really well.
We had one person down and we ended up winning anyway, so, our team worked really well.
Yeah.
200 years ago, this Napoleonic fort was built in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean to protect France from invasion. Now it is home to a new kind of battle. 6 teams of modern-day warriors are facing one another in a tournament that tests wit, strength, and courage. But who will emerge victorious? Will it be one of the teams on today's Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge? Are you ready for this? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fort Boyard. Once again, 2 teams are on their way to face a set of awesome challenges with the aim of earning enough points to get them into the grand final.
Those teams don't know what tests are ahead of them, but the one thing they do know is they're up against the clock and they're going to need all the strength they've got to make it to the very end.
That's right, Laura. So let's meet today's teams.
I know I'm a big game player, and I know the Red Vipers are going to be a big game player. I have really good hand-eye coordination and quick reactions.
Pressure is what I thrive off. You can't really perform without pressure.
Oh, we're going to win. Red Vipers are going to win.
I entered Fort Boyard just for a bit of challenge, something different, and to win.
Blue Sharks will be good at everything, I think.
I'm not a bad loser. I would say just don't like it. I think the Blue Sharks are going to be good at every challenge, which is why we're going to win.
Taking part in today's tough battle, it's the Red Vipers versus the Blue Sharks right here on Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge. All right. Welcome, young warriors. Are you ready for battle?
So, Jack, who came up with your team chant?
Well, I came up with it. We all loved it. Pulled us all together. We really thought it was really symbolic.
We love it too.
Simon, pump it up for me one more time. Blue Sharks! You gotta love that.
Teams, are you ready?
Yeah! Each show has 5 challenges where the aim is to win keys. Teams need 3 keys in order to get the maximum time in the treasure chamber. There, they need to collect as many coins as they can to get through to the tournament final. Let battle commence. Today's contest begins with an almighty challenge. Matt of the Vipers and Alex of the Sharks are getting prepared to climb up the sheer face of the fortress wall using only these tiny hand grips. It's a 50-foot climb all the way to the target where only 1 key waits. Fastest climber wins. Okay, Matt, Alex, all right now, this is a really high wall. Remember, don't look down. Alex and Matt are about to do the climb of their lives, but who will be victorious? Okay, guys, on my mark. Your challenge starts now. Both of them are off to a strong start. This is a tough climb over 50 feet up the side of the fort wall in really windy conditions. This is so close. Outstanding climb. Remember, those hand grips get smaller and smaller. They're less than 15 feet away from the target and that all-important first key. Matt is edging ahead here. Can Alex catch up? He's slowed down a bit, though. This is an exhausting challenge. Matt just has to reach out and grab that key. He's got it! Nice work, guys. Let's have a look at some of that wall action.
This was a miserable day. It was windy, it was choppy, but I gave it my all.
I was going fast and I thought I had it, but then I went over to the right and I thought there was going to be a rock there and there wasn't.
I mean, there's little to grip onto and you're there and it is daunting.
It was a good challenge and, you know, got to give it up to Matt. He did a really good job.
Great start to the day to get the key, yes.
After that challenge, let's have a look at the scores.
After that brilliant climb, it sees the Vipers take a 1-key lead over the Sharks.
Sharks too. Now there's a chance for you to win another key because this next challenge is just for you. Come with me. Here we are. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Come on.
Sharks.
Right, in this room the key is just out of reach. So what you need to do is hit the punch ball to hit the target, and each time you hit it correctly, the key will move closer. One thing though, the floor's conveyor belt, so it's pretty tricky. Now, Simon, which member of the team's going in for this challenge?
David, bring on again.
David! Okay, David, you're gonna need these. And don't forget, you're up against the clock, so you've gotta be quick. Take your place at the door. Lots of encouragement from the team. Your challenge starts now.
Go on, David. This solo game for the Sharks is a really physically tough challenge requiring strength, stamina and accuracy. Great first hit.
That was a good hit.
And a second hit.
Plenty of time, Loads of time, man.
And a third. David's looking really strong and making it look really easy. Believe me, it's not.
Take it slowly, mate. You've got loads of time.
The treadmill's getting faster and faster, but it doesn't seem to be putting David off. He's doing amazing.
Brilliant.
This is fantastic punching. Oh, he's missed the target there.
I guess
Take your time, don't tire yourself out big hits.
He must be pretty tired now.
Another hit on target, amazing. Running while punching really puts you off balance, but not for David. Another direct hit, and he's got the key. He's done that in record time with well over half a minute to spare. Oh, the treadmill almost caught him out there.
How you go? David! Good job! Fantastic!
David's first hit was really hard and the key dropped by so much.
The first 2 times, I hit the ball and it came back and hit me in the face, which kind of threw me off, but I got straight back up and I kept hitting it.
The treadmill got really fast, so it was hard for him to get the last ones in, but he did it and we got the key.
Good job! You took the first key to the Sharks! Well done! After that challenge, let's take a look at the leaderboard.
That brilliant piece of boxing by David sees the Sharks even things up. It's now 1 key each for both teams.
You ready to try and get another key?
Yeah!
Come on then, follow me!
Let's go!
We are here at one of the fort's toughest challenges. Opposing teams are about to jump into the ocean and swim to a buoy. Attached to that buoy are their team cartridges. They're going to grab those cartridges, swim back to the base of the fort, climb up the cargo net, hand those cartridges to their teammates who will then reveal the code to open the key box. Okay, Jack and Simon, this is a tough one, okay? That's not an easy little drop either. Are you guys ready for this challenge?
Definitely.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Jack and Simon are about to plunge into the cold Atlantic Ocean in one of the fort's most grueling challenges. But who will win today's 3rd key? Okay, guys, on my mark, your challenge starts now! As they jump in, it's Jack in white for the Vipers and Simon in black for the Sharks. Remember, they're swimming in really strong currents. Jack is flying along, leaving Simon way behind. This is incredible swimming. It's Jack that looks more like a shark today. He's got the cartridge already. Simon has got a lot of catching up to do. And look, he's passing Simon on the way back. Simon has his cartridge, but Jack is almost at the net. Jack now has a grueling 20-foot climb up the net to hand the cartridge to teammate Laura. Can Simon come back from this? Got a little work to do now. Got some work to do, Simon. There you go. Don't fall. Great job by Simon. He's at the net. But Jack is way ahead. He's now at the top where he must hand the cartridge to teammate Laura. She's got it. Now she must race back and unlock it to get the code. Can she unlock it before the Sharks get back? Simon's not giving up. But Laura's unlocked the cartridge and got the code. She's got a lot of work to do as it looks like the Vipers are going to take this. Wow! What a challenge. Hey, let's take a look at some of that action.
Just that leap of faith you have to take, you know, felt really confident, and once I hit the water, I just took off.
My tactics would probably have just been to stay afloat, which I achieved, but that was about it.
You know, I'm proud of Laura, you know, for getting the code, and then the rest of the team unlocking it. So, you know, proud of everyone. It's a team effort.
Okay, after that fantastic challenge, let's look at the scoreboard.
It's now 2 treasure chamber keys to the Vipers and 1 to the Sharks, but there's still everything to play for.
Now time for another challenge, and this one is just for you. We've got to dry you off, Jack, but come on, guys, come with me. Here we are at the next challenge. Are you ready?
Yeah!
Okay, right, well, this challenge is going to take one of you to the inner depths of the fort. You're going to have to climb this ladder, get to the top, crawl all the way down the tube, and find the key, which is attached to a ball, in complete darkness. There may be a few little friends to greet you. Turn around and then crawl all the way back up again. And you are up against the clock. So, Jack, who do you think's up for this challenge?
I think Kaylin is up for this one.
Kaylin, you're going to do this. Okay, well, you're going to need this, so let's get this on your head.
Thank you.
Okay. Make your way up the ladder, and the time will start as soon as you enter the room. Kaylin, your challenge starts now.
Come on, Kaylin. Okay, mate, good time. Get as quick as you can, mate. As quick as you can, get in there.
I'm very good under pressure. I sort of just go in my own little world and just focus on what I have to do, so pressure is not that much of a problem for me.
But how's he going to cope with this pressure? It's pitch black inside that tunnel, remember? He can't see a thing.
There you go. Just try to scare you, seaweed. But there's nothing.
He's at the end of the tunnel. Can he find the key? They're not mice, they're rats. Don't worry, they won't hurt you.
Okay, come on, find that key, Kaylin, find that key. He needs to really feel around, guys. Really feel around.
Go further in, go further in, further in.
He's got to keep feeling around for that key.
There you go.
He's got the key, brilliant.
Okay, good.
Now he's got to turn around and climb back up that tunnel.
There you go. They're not going to hurt you, they've moved away. Serious technique. Keep going. Use the elbow. There you go. Hold on to that ball.
Doing really well, Kaylin.
Hold on to that ball. Don't let go of that ball. Whatever you do. That's plenty of time. Come on. Hold on.
This is a really tough climb, over 30 feet in total darkness. He's doing a great job.
Now, we need this key. We're almost there.
Just a few more pushes and he'll be at the top.
Close down. Yes,
Come on, Kaylin. Come on down, Kaylin.
There you go.
Kaylin, how was it? Let's take that out, boy. How was it? Talk us through it.
It was really hard finding the key because I'm feeling around and I feel these rats and mice, so...
Kaylin screamed, it was so funny.
Yeah, I let out a little squeal there.
We sort of felt a bit sorry for him as well.
And I did get the key in time, so it was a good feeling.
It was really, really good. Well done, Kaylin. Rather you than me. After that challenge, let's have a look at the scoreboard.
The Vipers now have 3 keys, giving them the full amount of time in the treasure chamber. The Sharks trail with just 1 key.
Get ready for the next challenge. Oh, come on, guys. Come on.
Right, bye.
Teams, we are very close to our final destination, but here is one last chance to win a key. Your challenge is this. Here we have a board with 2 sides, balanced on a pivot. Each team will alternate turns placing pieces on the board on their side. The first team to make the board fall or make anything fall will lose the challenge and lose the vital last key in today's competition. Vipers, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Sharks, do you understand?
Yes.
Then line them up. So which team will hold balance and win the final key? But more importantly, who will take away the most points from today's encounter with the legendary treasure chamber? The Vipers and the Sharks are ready to battle for the last treasure chamber key, but who will hold their nerve? Okay, Vipers, you're going to start. Jack is up first.
It looks so easy, and then you walk into it and your hands are shaking and everyone's watching, and oh, it's so tough.
Confident move by Simon.
A little bit strategy going on here.
This game requires a steady hand. And that's a careful move by Max.
If we felt that they were quite heavy, we were going to put them near the middle, and if they were light, we were going to put them on the edge to try and make the other team tip it over.
Laura's up next.
It was actually quite a tricky challenge because we didn't know how much the individual pieces weighed.
We realized how delicate the touch had to be to get on.
Next. David's move was good. That was close from Caleb.
Those games are definitely the hardest out of anything else that we do at the fort. Those games at the table, definitely hard.
Nice move by Alex.
Strategy game, you just have to, be focused and take your time and really think about it. And I think we did, a really good job at it.
Good work by Jack.
Getting a little crowded in here, isn't it?
There's just no fun left anymore. It's most sucked out in that room. It's dry and fear.
There's a weight off your chest, huh?
Matt's up. This is tense. How is it still balanced?
Next.
Adrienne thinks. The Sharks really need this key.
Come on, Laura. Okay.
How will David do?
We would put one on, and it just completely went to one side and stayed on by like centimeters.
Caleb.
Caleb restores the balance. Can Alex keep it balanced?
You're running out of space and time there, buddy.
And the Vipers win the key! Outstanding work!
After it was sort of tilted towards their way, I felt like I knew the perfect spot for it, so I placed it down gently, and then it sort of tilted a little bit, and then the piece just fell over the line. That was it. I was so mad. I thought I had it, too.
Outstanding work, guys. After that tense final challenge, the Vipers take a fourth and bonus key. The Sharks will have a lot of collecting to do in the treasure chamber if they are to win. We're headed to the treasure chamber. That's right. Come on, let's go. Okay, Vipers, Sharks, you have made it to the ultimate challenge. How do you feel about that? Yeah! All right. This is a race to grab coins in the treasure chamber. Not only that, it's a chance for you to add points to your leaderboard score.
So you need 3 keys to give you the maximum amount of time of 3 minutes in the treasure chamber. For every key short, there'll be a time penalty in the chamber. So let's see how many keys you have. Vipers, how many keys have you got today?
We have 4 keys today.
4 keys! Well done, guys. So you're going to get 3 minutes in the treasure chamber, plus you'll get a bonus of 150 coins. So good job. Sharks, how many keys do you have?
We got 1.
You've got 1 key. That's still a good effort. You're going to get in the chamber. But your time penalty will be 20 seconds for the team, and there'll be a further penalty for just one member of the team that will have to wait a further 20 seconds. Yep. You're going to need these maps.
Cheers. Just remember one thing. You can't stand still. You got to grab and go. On my mark, your challenge starts now. When the gates open, our warriors look for their team crest, then use the maps to place the team crest on the right squares on the chamber floor. They go to the tiger's head, and if they got it right, the key to their treasure chest will drop, and they can start collecting coins. The Vipers have their key already, as the Sharks only just entered the chamber. They have a lot of catching up to do.
You're going to hold for the next value.
Hands ready, hands ready, hands ready.
The Vipers have their coins. There we go. But the Sharks are still working out their map. Caleb piles in coins for the Vipers. There we go. Adrienne enters as the Sharks finally get their key. But the Vipers are collecting coins fast. Sharks get their chest open. Finally, the Sharks start collecting those coins. The Sharks really have to grab and go if they're going to catch the Vipers. Matt's grabbed a lot there. Both teams need as many coins as they can get to add points to their overall leaderboard score.
Not long left. We're running out of time.
This is some serious goal collecting from both teams. Time is running out, guys. Make it quick. With only 30 seconds left, both teams are grabbing and going, keeping it flowing. They've got to get out of the chamber as quick as they can. Out come Adrienne and Laura, but Jack is grabbing one last handful. Will he get out in time along with Simon, who's still piling in the coins?
Come on, come on, come on.
It's going to be close.
Nice work.
Nice work. Way to come in the end, baby. Way to come in the end. Let's have a look at some of those key moments.
Everything in the day you can forget. It's just the chamber that really makes the difference.
The other team couldn't unlock their chest properly and we managed to catch up a little bit.
You saw us at the end and we were panting. We were really, really going for it.
When it came down to it, I think we all did a really good job at it.
We did our best and we can't do better than that, so.
Another outstanding effort, but now we're going to have a look at what you took. We'll start with the Sharks. All right, guys, let's see how much you got.
That was a lot of coins collected there. Let's see what the score is. That was
all right, excellent work, guys. Let's grab this out, please.
So good.
That was an excellent shot. Okay, guys, since you had 4 keys, you get a bonus of 150 coins. That's for starters. All right, guys, let's see what you took.
Another big haul there. Let's find out what you guys took.
Can the Vipers beat 1,120?
Nice work, guys. Nice work. Excellent work, man.
Cheers.
You guys really put it on.
That means today's winners are the Red Vipers.
With those impressive treasure chamber hauls, the Vipers and the Sharks increase their lead at the top of our table. But will they be there at the end of the tournament?
Till next time, this is a goodbye from the mighty Fort Boyard. Join us next time when the White Falcons take on the Silver Dragons in an unbelievable battle here on Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge.
We got quite close to their amount of points, so pretty good. We've still got a chance.
I want to avoid games we're going to lose and not do so well in.
I think we've got a really good, strong team.
I enjoy pushing my limits and I'm always up for a challenge.
The scores we got will really help us out the other rounds.
The fort holds no fears for me and neither any of my team.
200 years ago, this Napoleonic fort was built in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean to protect France from invasion. Now it is home to a new kind of battle. 6 teams of modern-day warriors are facing one another in a tournament that tests wit, strength, and courage. But who will emerge victorious? Will it be one of the teams on today's Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge? Are you ready for this? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fort Boyard. Once again, 2 teams are on their way to face a set of awesome challenges with the aim of earning enough points to get them into the grand final.
Those teams don't know what tests are ahead of them, but the one thing they do know is they're up against the clock and they're going to need all the strength they've got to make it to the very end.
That's right, Laura. So let's meet today's teams.
I reckon White Falcons can go all the way, definitely.
I can really help my team rise to the occasion when it matters.
We're looking at a good chance here. At least that's what I think. So
I think the White Falcons can go all the way. We're in it to win it.
I think my main strength for that to be that I don't give up and I give 100%.
I could take on anything that Fort Boyard throws at me.
I think we can win, so watch out, guys.
we're getting all the way. Silver Dragons.
Come on in,
Today, the White Falcons battled the Silver Dragons in Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge. All right.
Zach, what do you think that your team have over the Silver Dragons that are going to give you the edge today?
We'll come together as a good team, and we're in it to win it.
All right. Dragons strong points. What do you guys got?
Well, we're physically and mentally strong, and we work well as a team. We have a lot of fun, so we're gonna go out there and show them what we got.
All right, we're looking forward to seeing some of that. Young warriors, are you ready for battle? Yeah! Each show has 5 challenges where the aim is to win keys. Teams need 3 keys in order to get the maximum time in the treasure chamber. There, they need to collect as many coins as they can to get through to the tournament final. Let battle commence. Today's contest is going to start with a massive challenge. Charles and Colum are about to descend down the mighty zip line from the top of Fort Boyard to the sea below. Once there, they will pass keys to Sash and Mitchell, who will then swim to a raft, unlocking the wallets that reveal codes to the key box. Okay, guys, are you really ready for this?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, you know once you go, you can't come back. Charles and Callum are about to plunge into the ocean from the top of Fort Boyard in a truly spectacular challenge. But who will lead their team to today's first key? Your challenge starts now.
And they're off.
As they slide down the zip line, it's Charles in black for the Dragons and Callum in white for the Falcons. That's one mighty ride for both of them.
Wow!
What a splashdown! Now they must swim to their teammates and pass them the cartridge.
It's like
Charles has thrown his cartridge to Sash. Great move. And Callum has passed his to teammate Mitchell. Now it's a race to the raft. Sash and Mitchell are swimming in really strong currents. This is such a tough swim for both of them.
They're closing in.
Mitchell is really trying hard, but Sash has a strong lead.
It looks like
They're gonna swim right past.
Looks like they're both drifting wide of the raft. They've got to swim hard against that sea.
Come on, Mitchell. Kick. There you go.
Sash is almost at the raft. It's been an outstanding swim from him and from Mitchell, who's not far behind.
The current's pulling him away.
almost there.
Come on, Mitchell, don't give up.
Sash isn't using the steps, he's just climbing straight up. Great move. Now he's got to unlock the wallet to get the code.
Who's going to be the first shout out the code? Mitchell's over at the platform.
Sash has got the code. And Mitchell has made it to the raft, but is it too late?
Come on! Say it again!
Well done,
I think the Dragons are struggling to hear the code. Mitchell has caught up and got the Falcons' code. Now it's about who can get that key box open first. Charles and Callum are helping shout the codes back too. But which team will hear theirs first? I think the Falcons could do this.
Whoa! How did that happen? Oh, man.
There's another example of don't quit till it's over. Let's have a look at some of that action.
The zip wire challenge was a lot of fun. When I was going down, I forgot I was even competing. Like, me and Caleb were just screaming down. We're just like, yeah!
It was actually quite tiring because the salt water kept on going in my mouth.
It was just really hard to understand the code because it's such a long distance.
I felt so upset afterwards because I probably could have screamed louder.
He was behind for a little bit and he just pulled through and
Callum got the code and Callum shouted that out and they unlocked it and we got the key.
What did I tell you, huh? Don't quit till it's actually over, man.
Oh, after that challenge, let's have a little look at the scoreboard.
A brilliant comeback by the Falcons in that exhausting first challenge sees them take a 1-0 lead over the Dragons.
So, you ready to try and win another key?
Yeah.
Okay, right. This challenge then is just for you. Behind this door, you're going to find 2 large chopsticks and some cooking pots. You've got to move the cooking pots from one side of the room over to the baskets and drop them in. You need 2 for the key to be released, and this challenge is for 2 members of the team. So Mitchell, as team captain, who's going to take on this challenge?
That's me and Julia.
Right, going to take another challenge on the team. If you'd like to take your place Out the door, guys.
Come on, guys.
Your challenge starts now.
Keep talking to each other. Keep talking, guys.
This is one of the fort's trickiest challenges. It requires great skill and teamwork. And they must keep an eye out for a few nasty surprises.
That's it, keep it squishing.
They must try and keep the sticks parallel. If they don't, that happens.
Oh, unlucky. Keep going. That was good.
Yeah, you need to
Maybe spread your hands more. Spread your hands more. Guys, don't hold the end of the chopstick. Guys, don't hold the end of the chopstick. Spread your hands. Spread your hands out.
That's great advice from Callum. Will it help them? And they've dropped another. It's so hard.
Keep an eye on the time, guys. Come on.
This game is all about communication.
Come on, squish. Right, keep it there, you're down a bit.
Unlucky. Move your hands further up the stick.
Towards the middle. But spread your hand.
Switch places.
They're switching around now, but will this help them? There's under 30 seconds left, and they've yet to get a bucket in.
We don't have much time.
Don't have much time, guys. Just keep it chilled out low.
This is a great effort, but they're running out of time. I don't think they're going to do this.
Guys, hurry up.
They're going to have to get on it, guys. You've got to get them out. Come on.
Yeah, come out, guys, come out. Just come out, leave it, come out, quick.
Nice work, guys.
Unlucky.
I just saw 2 ears pop out of a bucket in front of me, and I was like, "Whoa, there's some rats here!" But you're so focused on the bucket and getting it across that it doesn't even faze you.
Time just ran out, so it was quite a bit of a struggle.
I wouldn't have wanted to do it myself. It was difficult, and I think they did really well to get as far as they did.
Well, nice try. It's definitely a tough challenge. Let's have a look at the scoreboard.
After that incredibly difficult challenge, the score remains the same. The Falcons lead 1-0.
Are you ready for another challenge?
Yeah.
Come on then, let's do this thing. Come on.
Okay, we arrive here at one of the fort's most nerve-wracking challenges. James and Zach are about to shuffle their way along 2 cables suspended high across the fort. They aim to be the first to grab their team cartridge hanging above the cables, shuffle back, unlock the cartridge, then read the hidden codes in order to unlock the box and grab today's 3rd key. Okay, Zach, are you ready?
Yeah.
James, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. I hope you boys have nerves of steel. You're gonna need them. James and Zach are about to battle it out over 50 feet above the fortress floor, but who will shuffle their way to victory? Okay, team. On my mark. Your challenge starts now! They're off, and that's a great start by James. He's flying. Good technique. See they're bouncing. They are 50 feet high. This is one scary challenge. Neck and neck. It's neck and neck as they get to their cartridges. This is tight. Now they've got to be careful unhooking them. This is so close. Zach has his first. Oh no, James has dropped his. Unbelievable.
Oh no, silver dragons, not good.
James was desperately trying to catch up to Zach. He took his eyes off the cartridge and dropped it down onto the fortress floor. Game over for the Dragons. As Zach reveals his code, James can't believe his mistake. Wow.
1925. 19.
Yeah, that's a tough break. This is going to be an easy win for the Falcons. James is gutted. Outstanding.
I got all harnessed up. I was ready to go. When I got there, we were about neck and neck. I got there, I just got the key off.
So it was really, really close, but then as soon as he turned around, he dropped the key and it fell down, so he couldn't actually get any code.
It ended up on the board, and then I knocked it off and just all went to pieces. I did the caterpillar of shame back to the start.
We didn't want to cheer too much because it was really unlucky that James dropped the key. So.
After that, let's have a look at the scoreboard.
That unlucky break for the Dragons sees the Falcons increase their lead. They now have 2 keys and the Dragons still have none.
There's a chance for you guys to get a key now because this next challenge is just for you. So you up for it?
Yeah!
Keep those team spirits high. Let's do it. Come with me.
All right.
Okay, guys, are you ready for your next challenge?
Yeah!
let's do this. So behind this door, there is a hand bike. Whoever does this challenge has got to pedal like crazy to push the key to the far end, to grab it, and then come back. Now, it's really, really important that you don't fall or you don't touch the floor, because if you do, that bike will be reset to the start, and we don't want that to happen because you're up against the clock. Charles, you're team captain. Which member of the team's going in?
I think I'm gonna have to, you know, step up, team captain, try and do this myself.
You're gonna do this yourself? Okay, well, I'm just gonna tell you, this is one of the toughest challenges here on Fort Boyard. So, good luck. Take your place by the door.
Come on, Charles, come on.
Charles. You can do this, come on. Get the first key for the Silver Dragons. Your time starts now.
This challenge requires extreme strength and a lot of power.
I would want to play any games where it's upper body, like if the bicycle or mountain climbing, rock climbing, bungee jump, just any one of those where it's just, you know, it's adrenaline and it's fun, so.
His arms must be burning like crazy.
Charles made that look easy. He's at the halfway point already.
Come on, Charles.
A little rest there.
Look at him pump those arms. He's working all his muscles to their limits.
Come on, Charles. Really well done.
To get this key.
Come on, Charles.
It's all about momentum, getting the rhythm.
He's got the key already. That's unbelievable. It's never been done so quickly.
Charles. And look how much time you have left. One of the toughest challenges.
Can we add that to another room?
Unfortunately, you can't.
It's like the team captain, like we were down and like I wanted to change the momentum of the day. It was pretty challenging upper body wise, but I felt like I could have gone faster, honestly.
Even the camera crew were just like, wow, you did so well. We thought it was a record.
Well done, that was a fantastic challenge. After that, let's have a look at the scoreboard.
Charles's excellent show of strength pulls a key back for the Dragons. It's now 2 keys to 1 to the Falcons.
Back in the competition, you ready for another challenge?
Yeah!
Let's do it, come on, follow me!
The final destination is almost upon us. But before we get there, you have one last chance to win the vital last key in today's competition. Simple. We have 2 pieces of wood with 4 nails, 1 nail per team member. Here are your hammers, and one by one, you're going to drive each nail in. The team that finishes first will win the vital last key. Dragons, do you understand?
Yes.
Falcons, do you understand?
Yes.
Then line them up. So which team will hammer their way to victory, but more importantly, who will take away the most points in today's encounter with the legendary treasure chamber? The Falcons and the Dragons are all set to battle for the vital last key, but which team will be victorious? You ready? Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
Your challenge starts now. It's Mitchell against Charles first. Charles smashed that nail in. Laura is on the second nail for the Dragons, and Mitchell has bent his. That's going to cost the Falcons time. Laura has almost hammered the Dragons' second nail. Mitchell finally finishes. Hey! Zach steps up for the Falcons, and Sash steps up for the Dragons' third nail. Hey! Great hammering by Zach. The Falcons are back in this. Laura is up for the Falcons. Oh, and Sash has bent his nail. It's neck and neck now, but he's done it, and James is up. It's down to the last nail. Hey! Dragons win the last and final key in today's competition. Outstanding job, guys. Outstanding job.
I just slammed the wood and like you saw the wood splintering off. I was afraid I was gonna break the wood off and the nail was gonna fall out.
I was on the final one, and by the time I basically got there and picked the hammer up, they'd already nailed it in, so it was over. But it was good. We did really well. We caught up quickly. It was unlucky, very unlucky.
Between us, we all just nailed it.
A brilliant comeback from the Dragons sees them level the scores. It's now 2 keys each. We're on our way to the treasure chamber. Let's go! Congratulations, Falcons, Dragons. You are at the ultimate challenge. But know this is a race. A race to grab coins in the treasure chamber. Not only grab coins, but to add points to your leaderboard score.
So you need 3 keys to give you the maximum amount of time in the treasure chamber of 3 minutes. For every key short, you're going to have a penalty in time in the chamber. So Dragons, how many keys did you get today?
2.
2 keys,
All right.
well done. So with 2 keys, that means that your whole team will have 2 minutes 40 in the chamber instead of the full 3 minutes. Falcons, how many keys did you have?
2 as well.
2 keys as
All
well.
right.
So that means that you're going to have also 2 minutes 40 in the chamber. It's going to be an interesting and close competition. So here are your maps.
Okay, guys.
Here goes.
The race is not over until it is over. Don't be slow. Grab and go. Are you ready, Falcons?
Yeah.
Are you ready, Dragons?
Yeah.
Your challenge starts now.
Go, go, go.
When the gates open, our warriors look for their team crest, then use the maps to place the team crest on the right squares on the chamber floor. They go to the tiger's head, and if they got it right, the key to their treasure chest will drop, and they can start collecting coins.
Same amount of time in the chamber for both teams.
It's been a close battle all day, but it's the Dragons that get their key first. The Falcons aren't too far behind, though, as they get their key.
Wow, both of
Oh, but they've dropped it. Dragons are struggling to open their chest, but they've got their coins. And Charles grabs and goes. Great job. Come on, guys. There's the coins for the Falcons. Now it's just a race to see who can collect the most coins. There you go, big boy. Grab and go. Grab and go.
Team captain, first one in for the Falcons. Oh.
Great haul by Zach. And Charles drops in a load of coins, too. Okay, guys, keep to the right on the keep to the
Falcons look like they're in a little dance on the
Keep to
stairs.
the right. No dancing on the stairs, okay? Both teams are grabbing as many coins as they can. The more coins they get, the more points they add to their overall leaderboard. Grab and go.
Time is ticking, team.
We're getting close, guys. This is going to be tight. Both teams are collecting hard.
Not long, guys.
There you go.
Grab and go and don't be slow, as Gino said.
Grab and go. Just 30 seconds left. They've got to keep piling in those coins. There you go. This is a great effort by both teams. They are grabbing and going, keeping it flowing. Now they've got to get out as quickly as they can. It's time. What's Zach doing? He's going back for more? This is crazy. He might not make it.
This is not.
There's only 2 seconds left. Unbelievable.
Oh my God! Nice. Let's have another look at that hair-raising moment.
I usually have steady hands, but like my hand was shaking and I couldn't get the key in the keyhole.
When it did fall down, no one was there to catch it because we were all checking to make sure if the pictures were correct on the boards.
And everyone was like, Charles was like, should I go again or not? And we were like, no, it's not worth it. We had enough coins and we thought that, like, we were confident.
We just went as fast as we could.
Zach was really good the way he just slid underneath the gate as it was closing.
Another outstanding challenge. But now it's time to tally the take. We're gonna start with the Falcons, okay, guys? Let's see exactly how much you came up with. Be sure and get all the coins in there now. There you go. There you go.
Well done, Falcons.
Well done.
Let's see how many you got.
Wow! 1,100 for 2 minutes 40. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Don't leave any.
See what the Dragons come in at.
Don't leave any because it's going to be close, okay? All right, guys, we're going to see how much the Dragons took. There you go. There you go. Hey.
Can the Dragons beat 1,100?
Well done, team.
Nice work, guys. Nice work.
Okay, so after that, let's have a look at how it affects the overall tournament leaderboard.
After that brilliant battle, the Dragons are in 3rd place with the Falcons close behind in 4th, but it's the Red Vipers that are the team to beat as they remain top.
So in Until we meet again, it is goodbye from the mighty Fort Boyard.
See you soon.
Join us next time when the Yellow Scorpions take on the Green Jaguars here on Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge.
The team was a really good team, and we pushed them all the way.
Even with, the keys being delayed and everything else, we still got 1440, which is not a bad number.
I think we did really well, so keep our heads up and go for it.
We all came together and worked as a team, which is what Silver Dragons are, so we're really proud.
So we're Silver Dragons!
Silver Dragons!
200 years ago, this Napoleonic fort was built in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean to protect France from invasion. Now it is home to a new kind of battle. 6 teams of modern-day warriors are facing one another in a tournament that tests wit, strength, and courage. But who will emerge victorious? Will it be one of the teams on today's Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge? Are you ready for this? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fort Boyard, and a tournament that will push 6 teams to their very limits.
Those teams don't know what lies ahead. The one thing they do know, though, is that they'll have to react quickly to the challenges they face because time is never on their side.
That's right, Laura. So let's meet today's teams.
I'm a very big game player. I can motivate my team and make sure we win.
I'm here at Fort Boyard to have an adventure. I want to do something new, do something different. I'm very, very competitive.
I think if we put our mind to it, we can go all the way.
I'm a massive game player and a team player, and I like to lead my team as well. If I put my mind to it, I can take on anything.
When the going gets tough, I get going.
I think the Green Jaguars can go all the way and win the final.
It's the Yellow Scorpions versus the Green Jaguars in today's Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge. All right, welcome, young warriors. Are you ready for battle?
Yes! So, Scorpions, how are you feeling today? Confident?
Yeah, as always.
Good stuff.
All right, Jordan, in one word, describe the effort that you guys are going to display.
Warrior effort.
Warrior effort. Well, all right, we can't wait to see some of that warrior effort.
So, teams, are you ready?
Each show has 5 challenges where the aim is to win keys. Teams need 3 keys in order to get the maximum time in the treasure chamber. There, they need to collect as many coins as they can to get through to the tournament final. Let battle commence. Today's contest starts with a test of strength and skill. Joseph of the Jaguars and Billy of the Scorpions are about to climb the perilous outside wall of the fort using only these tiny hand grips. It's a 50-foot climb all the way to the target where only 1 key waits. Fastest climber wins. You're about to take this wall. Are you ready?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Remember, don't look down. Scorpion Billy and Jaguar Joseph are set for the climb of their lives. Who will be victorious? Okay, guys, on my mark. Your challenge starts now. This is a really tough challenge. The wind is blowing and they've got to climb 50 feet to reach the target. Billy is edging ahead of Joseph, but it's close. Those hand grips are tough to hold. They must make sure their grip is tight. If they fall, they'll be lowered back down to try again. They're about halfway now. They must be tired. This is one tough challenge. That's the target they are racing to get to, and Billy is still in the lead. Can Joseph catch him? Joseph can't seem to find the hand grip. Oh, and he's fallen. He's got to be lowered right back down to the bottom. Looks like Billy's going to take this. He's got the key. Good job, guys. Nice work. Hey, let's take a look at some of that action one more time.
Pretty confident that I was able to reach it.
Once I looked at it, really,
I just thought, yeah, I'm gonna win.
He looked like Spider-Man up there. I was really impressed.
When I started going up, I thought I was going at a pretty good pace. I looked above me and there weren't any rocks, so I thought my only chance to really catch up was to kind of go for it. That was the end of my challenge.
I think it was about 10 seconds we had the key, so it was really good, really good.
So don't hold your head down. You know the race is never over until it's over.
Okay, after that first challenge, let's have a look at the score.
A great start for the Scorpions sees them take the first key and they lead 1-0, but there's still everything to play for.
Well, Jaguars, you obviously missed out on that key. You ready for your own challenge?
Yeah.
Follow me! Woo! How are we feeling?
Good.
This one is just for you guys. It's your chance, obviously, to get your first key. So, the key in this room is surrounded by a window that's been locked in by 6 screws. So all you've got to do to get that key is unlock the screws. That window is surrounded by a revolving door that's split into 4 parts. You're gonna have to jump it, dodge it, whilst you're unlocking the screws. You're up against the clock too. So Jordan, you're team captain. Who's going in?
I'm going to send Jackson in for this one.
Jackson, you're up for the challenge?
I am.
How do you think you're going to get on with this one?
You know, I just have to be aware of what's around me. Just keep my eye on the key.
And obviously you guys need to keep your eye on the time. You'll need this helmet too. Almost forgot that. There you go.
Safety first, right?
Definitely.
There we go.
Right, take your place by the door. And your challenge starts now.
This solo challenge for the Jaguars is really tricky. It requires concentration from Jackson and also stamina. It's not easy dodging those turning panels. He's got to unscrew those wing nuts as quickly as he can to get to that key.
Dodging.
Brilliant. He's got the first one off.
Wow, this is a real skill.
You're doing good, Jackson.
This is great dodging by Jackson. This is not an easy game.
Good job, Jackson. Keep going.
There's the second. He's got less than a minute left. Oh, he's been caught out there. That'll cost him time, and he's still got 4 to unscrew. Those panels get faster and faster as time goes on, making it more difficult for him. Jackson's concentrating hard. Oh, he's down! But he's straight back up again. Great work! He's unscrewed a 3rd and a 4th screw. Jackson must be feeling tired now. Those panels are turning fast. No, he's been caught out again. He's just got to get those last 2 screws undone to get that key.
Really well.
Time is really running out. There's the 5th. This is a great effort. Just 1 more to go. He's unscrewed the last one, but can he get the key and get out in time? Wow, he's managed to jam the panels, and he's got the key.
Look at that, just in the nick of time. How are you feeling?
I'm tired.
It's spinning all around. You have to focus on like hitting these little locks sort of things, and there's just different heights and different maneuvers you have to make every time. A couple times I got knocked down and I had to run around. The door got jammed once and just ripped out the key and started running back. Barely made it by like a millisecond.
Absolutely fantastic. Let's give it up for him, Jackson. After that exciting challenge, let's look at the scoreboard.
After Jackson's great effort, it's now 1 key to the Jaguars and 1 key to the Scorpions.
Right, are you ready for the next challenge, Jackson? Got enough energy?
Yeah.
Let's do it, come on!
Welcome to one of Fort Boyard's toughest challenges. Opposing team members will jump into the ocean and swim to a buoy holding their team cartridges. Once there, they will grab the cartridges and swim back to the base of the fort, climb a cargo net, and then hand those cartridges to their team members, who will then use that to open the key and win the challenge. Okay, guys, how are you feeling?
Good, great.
You good?
Amazing.
Yeah. The water is not warm, but if you're up for the challenge, we're up for watching. Jordan and Zach are about to dive into the cold Atlantic Ocean in one of the fort's most grueling challenges. But who will win that key? Okay, guys, on my mark, your challenge starts now! As they jump in, it's Jordan in the black for the Jaguars and Zach in the white for the Scorpions. That ocean is freezing cold and the currents are really strong, and they've got to swim 50 feet to that raft. Jordan's swimming the wrong way. Where is he going? Where you going? Where you going? That's better. He's going the right way now, but he's giving Zach a chance to take the lead. Zach is at the buoy and he's got his cartridge. It's going to take great strength and stamina to complete this challenge. Jordan has caught back up and he's got his too. Now they have to swim back to the net. interesting technique. Jordan is catching up and Zach has changed his stroke again. This is a brilliant comeback by Jordan after going the wrong way at the start. Yeah, I know it's This is really close. It's neck and neck as they get to the net at the same time. Now they have a grueling 20-foot climb to the top. And Jordan has taken a slight lead. What a turnaround. The Jaguars are back in this. Come on, don't stop. Don't stop. After a tiring swim, a 20-foot climb is not what you need. Jordan is at the top and passes the cartridge to Imogen, and she races back to try to open it. Come on, big guy. Come on. Don't quit, Zach. Come on.
Come on, Zach.
You got it.
Keep going.
Come on. There you go. And Zach has passed his cartridge to teammate Emily. Can she catch the Jaguars? The Jaguars have their code. The Scorpions are going to have to work quickly if they're going to catch them.
3-9. Come on. You got it. Just a 9. Come on.
The Scorpions have their code, but I think it's too late. Jaguars win it. Outstanding, man. You started to make me nervous there for a little bit, man. Hey, let's take a look at some of that action.
You started off with like a 20-foot plunge into the water, into the freezing cold water.
I hit the water and I felt my muscles tense up straight away. Got to the buoy and I'd lost all my energy completely.
It was getting really, really, really tough to try and swim.
I was so close to giving up, but then I seen him scullying backwards.
I lost a lot of energy running to the rope.
And I thought, this is my opportunity to win this.
The rope ladder was really, really tough, and by that time I was out of gas.
We climbed the net. Used the last bit of energy I had, got past the code to Imogen.
Well, it was a fantastic challenge, guys. Well done.
It was great.
After that, let's have a look at the scores.
That incredible challenge sees the Jaguars take a 2-1 lead over the Scorpions.
Okay, Scorpions. Didn't win that challenge, but there is a chance for you to win another key now. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Follow me. Come on. Come on, Scorpions. Are you ready for the next challenge?
Yes.
Behind this door, you're going to find quite a few creepy crawlies, some spiders and some scorpions. The code is in 2 parts. Part of it is on the belly of a spider, the other part is in a scorpion's claw. Obviously, once you've found the code, you've got to shout it out to your other team members, type it in and grab the key. So, Shane, who's going to be doing this challenge?
I think I would do it.
Really? Oh, well done. Right, I'd like to take your place at the door. Your challenge starts now.
I'm not absolutely sure what my fears are, like mice and snakes, so that's why I want to test myself.
I think Shane will be tested here, as this is one scary challenge.
Look around, just look
Shane's a bit cautious entering. He doesn't know what to expect.
Well done, Shane.
Look at those spiders. He's got to carefully pick them up to find the first part of the code.
Nothing's there.
Nothing on that spider. He must try another one. He's so calm. This is amazing from Shane. That spider looks like it might have the code. He's got to try and get it off of the spider.
Is that the first part of the code?
It's got something on it.
Go for it, Shane. Come on.
Great job.
He's got it.
Nice and gently with those spiders.
The first 2 digits is 39.
Okay, that's 39, the first 2 digits. Well done, Shane.
With just over a minute left, he still has to handle the scorpions to find the second part of the code. He's got to carefully pick them up by the tail and find the code in their claws. He's so brave! Look how big they are.
It keeps moving.
Fantastic, he's got the code!
Well done, Shane. Well done.
The second digit is 15.
Come on out, Shane. Come on out.
Now can his team unlock the box in time?
Absolutely.
Come on, great job.
Incredible.
I was a bit shaky, I'll tell you that. Once I got in there, I knew what to do, found it, everything. The spiders, they don't even hurt, so it was fine. And then the scorpions, I just saw the piece of paper, so just went for it.
After that exciting and very daring challenge from you there, Shane, let's look at the scoreboard.
After that piece of bravery from Shane, the Scorpions now have 2 keys along with the Jaguars as they head to the final challenge.
Are you ready for the next challenge and a chance to win another key?
Yes.
Right, let's do this. Come on. Come on.
We are very close to our final destination, but before we get there, you have one last chance to win a key. The task is this. Here are 2 small pieces of wood balanced on horizontally stretched netting. One by one, each team member is going to place a bolt on their side of the net. The person that makes anything in this area fall will lose the challenge and the vital last key in today's competition. Do you understand, Jaguars?
Yes.
Do you understand, Scorpions?
Yes.
Then line them up. So which team will hold their nerve and win the final key? But more importantly, who will take away the most points from today's encounter with the legendary treasure chamber? The Scorpions and the Jaguars are desperate to win the vital last key, but who will hold their nerve? Okay, Jaguars, you're going to go first. Please give us some space. All right. Your challenge starts now. Jordan is up first. A simple first move. Shame for the Scorpions. Careful. Go. Gently. A quick move by Imogen. Zach steps up. Solid move. Now Jackson. Nice. Emily places a third for the Scorpions. Joseph concentrates. It's getting tough. His move is good. Billy does well. Go. Stay back. Jordan's up again. That's risky. Last key is riding on this one. Shaky from Shane. Okay. Slowly from Imogen. How did that stay? This is tense as Emily steps up. Great move. Okay. This is a tricky move for Jackson. It requires a real steady hand. No! Let's go! Disaster for the Jaguars as they miss out on that last key. And the Scorpions take the last and vital key. How does that feel? Great. All right. After that tense challenge, the Scorpions now have 3 keys and the maximum time in the treasure chamber, but the Jaguars face a time penalty. We are on our way to the treasure chamber. Come on! Yeah. Teams, you are here at the ultimate challenge. Are you ready for this? Yes! All right, understand, this is a race to grab coins in the treasure chamber. Not only that, it's a chance for you to add points to your leaderboard score.
So you need 3 keys to give you the maximum amount of time of 3 minutes in the treasure chamber. If you don't have 3 keys, you're going to be deducted time for every key short you are. So, Jaguars, how many keys do you have?
2 keys.
2 keys?
Right.
That's pretty good going. So your team's going to have a 20-second time penalty, okay? How many keys do you have, Scorpions?
3 keys.
3 keys! Well done. So you're going to get the full 3 minutes in the treasure chamber. Well done. Guys, here are your maps. You'll need those.
Okay, you know the race ain't over till it's over. Get in there, grab and go, and don't be slow. Are you ready?
Yes!
Your challenge starts now!
In you go.
Let's go. When the gates open, our warriors look for their team crest, then use the maps to place the team crest on the right squares on the chamber floor. They go to the tiger's head, and if they got it right, the key to their treasure chest will drop, and they can start collecting coins. The Scorpions have their key already as the Jaguars only just entered the chamber. And the Scorpions have got their coins. Jaguars have a lot of catching up to do. Jaguars have made quick work of their map, but the Scorpions are already collecting coins. Jaguars finally have their key, but the Scorpions are piling in the coins. There are the coins for the Jaguars. They're gonna have to grab and go if they're gonna catch the Scorpions. Imogen puts the first handful of coins in for the Jaguars.
Don't they? They seem to be hanging around about.
The more coins the teams can grab, the more points they'll add to their overall tournament leaderboard.
Okay, time's running out, guys. Keep going.
Both teams are grabbing and going, keeping it flowing. This is outstanding coin collecting. With 30 seconds left, both teams need a good score to move up the leaderboard.
Not long left.
Let's go. They've got to get out before the gate closes. Come. Here they come.
You don't want to get this.
Keep coming through. Keep coming through. Jordan is still grabbing coins. He knows every last one counts. This is going to be close. Nice work. Nice work, my man. Way to come in through. Way to come in there. Nice work, guys. Nice work. Let's look at some of those key moments.
We went in there like guns a-blazing, got all the shields.
That was an amazing challenge, but so tough.
I think it was about 10 seconds we had the key, so it was really good, really good.
Unlocked all the treasure and got it all out. We did really well collecting it because we were a few seconds behind.
We are Jaguar. Hurrah!
Now it is time to tally the take. We're going to start with you guys, okay? Let's see how much you got.
Lots of coins there, Nino.
There you go. Oh, get that one. Don't want to miss that.
Let's see what the score is.
Oh, nice work. That's a 6. Okay, grab that out of the way.
To beat. Can the Scorpions beat the score?
Let's see. Do they have enough?
Have the Scorpions beaten 1,160?
Very nice work. Very nice work.
But let's see how that affects the overall tournament leaderboard.
After that impressive haul, it sees the Scorpions move up to 3rd place and the Jaguars fall to the bottom, but it's the Vipers that still lead the way.
So until we meet again, it's goodbye from the mighty Fort Boyard.
We'll see you soon. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Join us next time as the Silver Dragons take on the Red Vipers here on Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge.
I gave it my best, and, you know, we didn't get it, but it was okay, I guess.
The whole day was just an amazing experience.
We bonded so well as a team. It's been a fantastic experience.
It was really hard, but I loved it.
Our team is really good at both mind and agility, so I think we'll be able to do everything.
We are going to go to the final.
200 years ago, this Napoleonic fort was built in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean to protect France from invasion. Now it is home to a new kind of battle. 6 teams of modern-day warriors are facing one another in a tournament that tests wit, strength, and courage. But who will emerge victorious? Will it be one of the teams on today's Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge? Are you ready for this? Hello everyone and welcome to Fort Boyard. Today 2 teams will face a set of challenges that will test their skill and courage.
The teams don't know what's in store, but they do know they're going to be pushed to their absolute limits.
So, let's meet today's teams.
I think my main strength would have to be that I don't give up and I give 100%.
I could take on anything that Fort Boyard throws at me.
I think we can win, so watch out, guys.
We're getting all the way. Silver Dragons.
I know I'm a big game player, and I know the Red Vipers are going to be a big game player. I have really good hand-eye coordination and quick reactions.
Pressure is what I thrive off. You can't really perform without pressure.
Are we going to win? Red Vipers are going to win.
It's the Silver Dragons versus the Red Vipers in today's Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge. Well, all right. Welcome, young warriors.
Charles, is there anything that your team are worried about today?
No, we're pretty confident we got this.
No fears
Nothing.
at all?
Nothing.
Not scared of a thing?
We ain't scared of nothing.
Oh, okay, Vipers, you heard that. Are you guys excited?
We've come to win. We've come to win today, guys, and you know, these are just a next step in our challenge. So.
Well, all right, we'll see about that. Are you ready for battle?
Yeah!
Each show has 5 challenges where the aim is to win keys. Teams need 3 keys in order to get the maximum time in the treasure chamber. There, they need to collect as many coins as they can to get through to the tournament final. Let battle commence. Okay, guys, today's first challenge is not only a test of strength, but a test of stamina. Laura and Charles of the Dragons and Jack and Laura of the Vipers are about to dive into the sea carrying floatable bags. They will then swim to a raft and use those bags to help them open a wallet which holds the code to enable their team to open the key box. Okay, guys, are you ready for this challenge?
Yeah!
All right. About to dive into the Atlantic Ocean, the Vipers and the Dragons are set to race in an epic challenge for today's first key. Okay, guys, on my mark, your challenge starts now!
Come on, Silver, come on!
As they throw those bags into the sea, it's Charles and Laura in white for the Dragons and Jack and Laura in black for the Vipers. A great leap by Charles sees him storm into the lead.
Don't give up! Don't give up!
They are swimming in really strong currents. This is one tough challenge.
He is killing it. He's just
Charles is out in front, but his teammate Laura is on the wrong side of the Vipers there as they battle to get to the raft.
Charles really needs to get
Oh my goodness. He's in there. He's in there.
Come on! Let's go!
Get on the raft. Get on the raft. Charles is at the raft already. The Vipers aren't too far behind, though. Now he's got to use the bags to get to the code. Okay, guys. All right. All right. He really needs teammate Laura's bag, but he's still going for it. Vipers are on the raft, but Charles has made a leap for it, and he's got the code.
7, 3, 4, 1! 7, 3, 4, 1!
Wow. Wow. Jack for the Vipers makes a leap for the code, but they have a lot of catching up to do. Don't quit! The Dragons look like they're going to take this.
Come on!
That's it, baby. That's it. Oh, my goodness. That was amazing. All right. Let's have a look at the replay.
When I saw her jump to the wrong one, I was like, we're not gonna do this.
I was swimming the wrong side the whole time, and I felt helpless completely because Charles had already got the code.
It wasn't the best start to the day, but yeah, we were still up for the rest of the challenge.
We just had a lot of fun doing it, and we'll get them next time.
So after that first challenge, let's have a look at the score.
A brilliant effort by the Dragons sees them take the first key. They lead 1-0 over the Vipers.
Okay, team, how are we feeling?
Yeah, good, Red Vipers.
Good stuff, right. Now, in this room, the key is protected by a box. To get to the key, you've got to use the furniture around the room and do not touch the floor because that floor is alarmed.
If you set that alarm off, the doors will automatically close and you'll lose the key.
When you get over to the key, you've got to lift the lid, protecting it using this magnet. Take the key and then come all the way back again without tripping the alarm. So, Jack, who's up for the challenge?
Caleb is going to do this challenge.
Caleb, you're going to do this? Well, there's the magnet for you.
Thank you.
How are you feeling about this?
A little nervous, but I'm up for the challenge.
Okay, good stuff. Right, well, if you'd like to make your way up the ladder...
Take your time, mate. Take your time.
Your time starts now.
Let's go, mate. Take your time.
This solo challenge for the Vipers is really tricky. Caleb mustn't let anything touch the floor as it will set the alarm off and he'll lose the challenge.
Lots of time, mate. You've got lots of time.
Teammate Matt is talking him through it.
That magnet needs to stay safe.
Don't, whatever you do,
Good lad,
drop
good
that
lad.
magnet.
Slowly, slowly. Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
Where do I go?
The seat. Look at the seat. Can you bring it down? Can you bring that seat down? Okay, you're about a quarter of the way through.
Brilliant! He's made it to the seat, but he needs to hurry. There's only 1 minute left.
Good stuff.
He needs to swing on that wheel.
You've got to swing on that wheel. Really give it a push.
Then you're going to get one chance at this. Can't touch the floor, remember. It's so important not to touch the floor.
Great agility from Caleb here.
Good job.
Let's pick up. Let's pick up the pace now. Let's pick up the pace.
Onto the hammock. There he is there. Watch out. Really good job, Caleb.
Can you get to the middle? Can you get
The hammock is so wobbly, he needs to be careful.
Make sure nothing touches.
He mustn't let anything drop on that floor, remember.
We need to get this key.
Great, he's got the key.
Okay, he's halfway there, just gotta get back now.
He's not got much time left though. He's got to get back as quickly as he can.
Nice and steady, remember.
That's it.
Wow, he's missed the chair out completely. Brilliant. And he's flown up that ladder. He's really made fast work of his return.
Come on, mate, keep going. Get quicker.
This is going to be close, but it looks like he might just finish in time.
Oh, big cheers from the Vipers. Well done. That was really, really good. How was it?
It was good. Going over there was a little hard. The net to get the key with, it was a little wobbly, but on the way back I knew what I was doing, so I just went for it.
Well, after that challenge, let's have a look at the scoreboard.
Caelim's brilliant work sees the Vipers even the scores. It's now 1 treasure chamber key each for both teams.
Okay, guys, this next challenge takes a ton of skill and even more nerve.
A bicycle is fixed upside down to a cable stretched high across the fort. James will ride this bicycle across the fort, releasing 3 flags that will reveal the code his team needs to open the key box.
It's like riding a bicycle, but upside down, okay?
James is about to do the challenge of a lifetime, but can he cycle his way to winning that important key?
On my mark, your challenge starts now.
This is an incredible challenge. The blood must be rushing to his head, not just because he's upside down, but also because he's 50 feet high. Outstanding cycling from James. He's at the first flag already, and he made it look easy.
Good job, James.
He's got to untie that knot to release the first part of the code.
Untie that knot, James.
He's let go of the bike. That must be really scary from such a high place.
That's it, you got it.
All right.
He's done it. It takes some serious pedal power to move that bike.
There you go.
Slow down.
He's at the second flag.
Okay, go a little farther, go forward.
There was a little bit of struggle there with that first knot, so hopefully he'll be able to untie this knot a little bit better.
He's got the second number. It's a 5.
More Silver Dragons.
This final flag has the last 2 numbers of the code on. Can he get to them? This is an outstanding effort. He's at the flag, but time is running out.
It's a little further down.
Yeah, reach down and grab it.
I got it.
There you go.
How does that feel?
What's the other one?
What's the other one?
2.
Now his teammates have to get the code in quick before the time runs out to get the key.
5.
The clock's ticking.
Hold it.
5, 2.
This is going to be tight.
Nice work, wow.
James!
Let's have another look at some of that upside down action.
When I got to the first flag, I thought I was doing really well and I just couldn't untie it. This is a bit uneasy just using the one hand.
We took off the lock, and then we couldn't open it. I was like, no, it won't open. So I was thinking whether I should punch it or what. But finally I got it open, I pulled out, I was like, yes.
Good job. Well, after that fantastic challenge, let's look at the scoreboard.
James has pedalled the Dragons into a 2-key-to-1 lead over the Vipers, but there's still a long way to go.
Silver Dragon! Love it. Are you ready for another challenge? Yeah! Another challenge? Let's go! Here we are at the next challenge. Are you ready? Yeah! Okay, you're definitely ready.
So, in this room, there are 2 ropes that go out of the window and down to the sea. The challenge is for 2 members of each team to pull those ropes back through the window and reveal the code, which is split into 2 parts. Red Vipers will use the black rope, Silver Dragons will use the white. Sounds easy, but those ropes have got some pretty heavy weights attached to the end of them.
So Jack, as team captain, who's going in for the Vipers?
Matt and Laura.
Matt and Laura, step forward. And who's going in for your team, Charles?
Me and Sash.
Okay, good luck, guys. Well, if you'd like to make your way into this room, and the challenge will begin when I say. Are you ready, guys? Yeah! Your challenge starts now!
They've got to haul those ropes over 50 foot to get to the codes. This takes real strength, and both teams are pulling hard. The Dragons have got the first part of the code. But so do the Vipers. That was was great pulling by Matt. The Vipers have both parts of the code now. And the Dragons have theirs too. Both teams are shouting out the code, but which will dial it in first?
That was a victory for the Dragons!
We had a good head start, but the people at the other end just couldn't hear what we were shouting, I think.
There was just numbers going nuts, so finally we started just chanting like 51-27.
The code and translation was just lost, and again, it just wasn't our best, performance.
Doors opened just a crack, and I just saw silver shirts going up and down, and I was just like, yes!
Well done, guys. And after that, let's have a little look at the score.
After some great pulling by both teams, the Dragons extend their lead over the Vipers. It's now 3 keys to 1.
Are you ready for the next challenge? Yeah! Come on, let's do this. Come with me.
Okay, teams, we are almost upon the final destination. But before we get there, there's still one last chance to win a key. Okay, the task is very simple, but not easy. What we're going to do is we're going to build a tower using these pieces of wood that are shaped identically like the fort. One team will place a block of wood, the other team will place a block of wood, and so on until the tower falls. The team that makes the tower fall will lose the vital and last key in today's competition. Vipers, do you understand?
Yes.
Dragons, do you understand?
Yes.
Then line them up. So which team will pile their way to victory, but more importantly, who will take away the most points in today's encounter in the legendary treasure chamber? The Vipers and the Dragons are about to battle for the vital last treasure chamber key, but who will hold their nerve? Okay, guys, we're gonna start with the Vipers. Please, place your block. Jack starts things off. Step away.
We built up a tower, and whoever put the block on that tipped the tower over lost.
Everyone was silent. It was so awkward.
It was so nerve-wracking.
First time around was easy, but the second time the tower is much taller and trickier to handle. How will the teams do?
Next. There you go.
Shaky from Charles.
Okay.
Focus Matt is next. He's nervous though.
Nice.
His block stays. Sash for the Dragons.
Careful when you pick up your...
Up steps Laura.
Your block. Okay. Now.
The Vipers look on as James makes his move.
Wait.
It's good. How will Caleb do? Look at that tower.
Steady.
Nice move, Laura. Charles can't believe it. A nervous Jack.
Okay. Relax. Steady. That's it. Gotta move away.
Wow.
Move away now.
Unbelievable.
I guess I was all revved up from the wind before, but my hand was shaking, and Gino said it, as I was putting the block on, I couldn't stop it.
Take your time.
That's one tall tower. Can Matt keep it that way? This is tense. Will it stay? Matt thought he had done it, but it was just one block too many.
Nice work, man. The Dragons win the last and vital key.
The Dragons now have 4 keys, giving them a bonus, while the Vipers face a time penalty for having only 1.
Hey, we're on our way now to the treasure chamber. Okay, guys, you have arrived at the ultimate challenge. I need you to understand something now. This is a race to grab coins in the treasure chamber. But not only that, this is a chance to add valuable points to your leaderboard score.
So to give you the maximum amount of time of 3 minutes in the treasure chamber, you need 3 keys. If you don't have 3 keys, then you'll forfeit time. So, dragons, how many keys do you have?
4.
4 keys, wow. Okay, so with 4 keys, you're gonna get the maximum amount of 3 minutes in the treasure chamber, plus you're gonna get a bonus of 150 coins. Vipers, how many keys do you have?
We have 1 key.
1 key, well, it's not all bad, you're still getting in the treasure chamber, but you are going to forfeit time. So for having 1 key, the whole team has to wait 20 seconds before going into the treasure chamber, and as a further forfeit, 1 member of the team will have to wait an extra 20 seconds. So here are your maps.
Just remember, the race is not over until it is over. Are you ready?
Yeah!
Are you ready?
Yeah!
On my mark, your challenge starts now.
Go!
When the gates open, our warriors look for their team crest, then use the maps to place the team crest on the right squares on the chamber floor. They go to the tiger's head, and if they got it right, the key to their treasure chest will drop, and they can start collecting coins.
The Vipers are in, but can they catch the dragons?
Okay, so the dragons already have
The dragons have their key. Laura's in for the Vipers as the dragons get their coins.
Vipers are not far behind, but yeah.
All about trips. There you go. Finally, the Vipers get their key.
They're racing ahead.
Come on, Vipers. Come on, Vipers.
They've already had quite a few trips to that box there.
Charles is flying with lots of coins. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to beat. Vipers have their coins. Come on, guys. Come on, you gotta make a trip. Now it's about grabbing and going, keeping it flowing.
Oh, watch the stairs there. Remember, this is all about adding points to the total tournament leaderboard.
Silver dragons are really piling in the coins. Can the Vipers catch them?
Charles, go then.
The more coins they get, the more points they'll have on the leaderboard and the better chance to get to the final. Both teams are doing some serious coin collecting. There you go. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Let's go. They must get out before the gate closes. You don't want to get trapped. You don't want to get trapped. Oh, now that is nice. Let's take a look at some of those key moments.
We were really up for it. We really sort of gave it our best shot. Sash with the map and we're with the tokens and just worked really well. I believe that was a really, really good finish for the team.
Not only did we have full time, we had a bonus on top of it, and like it just felt like, you know, a load was lifted off our back.
What a performance, guys. But right now, we're going to see what you took from the treasure chamber. It is time to tally the take. Okay, guys, have at it.
Vipers.
All right. That is an excellent score. Excellent score.
Great score.
Okay,
Well
now,
done.
the Dragons, you guys have 150 bonus. And let's see what you guys took from the treasure chamber.
So 1,230 to beat.
Okay. That was
1,900 dragons.
Nice work, guys.
That is a big score. Well done, guys.
With that huge haul, the Silver Dragons top our leaderboard and the Red Vipers are in second. But will they both be there at the end of the competition?
That's it from us for today from Fort Boyard, but we'll be back soon, won't we?
We will be back soon.
We'll see you
So
then.
until we meet again, it's goodbye from the mighty Fort Boyard. Join us next time when the Sharks take on the Scorpions here on Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge.
We won, yeah!
The score showed we did pretty well, and we were pleased with ourselves because we held our own there.
Everything went according to plan, and I think we got a lot of coins in. Just a lot.
Red Vipers! Who are we? Silver Dragons!
200 years ago, this Napoleonic fort was built in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean to protect France from invasion. Now it is home to a new kind of battle. 6 teams of modern-day warriors are facing one another in a tournament that tests wit, strength, and courage. But who will emerge victorious? Will it be one of the teams on today's Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge? Are you ready for this? Hello everyone and welcome to Fort Boyard. Today, 2 fearless teams are about to take on the might of the fort and compete in some truly adventurous challenges.
Those teams don't know what's ahead of them, but they do know they're up against the clock in their quest to be victorious.
That's right, Laura. So, let's meet today's teams.
I'm a very big game player. I can motivate my team and make sure we win.
I'm here at Fort Boyard to have an adventure. You know, I want to do something new, do something different. I'm very, very competitive.
I think if we put our mind to it, we can go all the way.
I entered Fort Boyard just for a bit of challenge, something different, and to win.
The Blue Sharks will be good at everything, I think.
I'm not a bad loser. I would say just don't like it.
I think the Blue Sharks are going to be good at every challenge, which is why we're going to win.
It's the Blue Sharks versus the Yellow Scorpions in an epic battle on today's Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge. All right. Welcome, young warriors.
Shane, why do you think your team's going to be stronger today?
Because we have the confidence and drive to win this thing.
Okay.
Now, I just want to know what it is that you believe your keys to success are today.
We've got great teamwork, we've got great people, and obviously we're against the Yellows, so... Blue Sharks!
Are you ready for battle?
Yes!
All right. Each show has 5 challenges where the aim is to win keys. Teams need 3 keys in order to get the maximum time in the treasure chamber. There, they need to collect as many coins as they can to get through to the tournament final. Let battle commence. Today's contest starts with one mammoth of a challenge. Alex and Billy are about to zip line from the top of the fort to the sea below. They will pass a key to their teammate who will then swim to a raft to unlock the code that their teammates need to unlock the key box. Okay guys, don't stop until the race is over. It's never over till it's over. Are you ready for this?
Yeah! Ready as we'll ever be.
Alex and Billy are about to zip line into the cold Atlantic Ocean in a truly mighty challenge to win the first key. On my mark, gentlemen, your challenge starts now. As they slide over 60 feet into the sea, it's Alex in black for the Sharks and Billy in white for the Scorpions. This is one incredible ride. What a landing. And Alex swims as fast as he can for the Scorpions, but he's forgotten to unhook himself. No such problem for Billy.
Stop.
They're swimming.
They're not attacked. He's got to unhook himself. He's going nowhere. That's giving Billy the lead, and he's passed the key to Emily already. That mistake from Alex means the Sharks are playing catch-up as he gives Adrienne the key. Emily in the white and Adrienne in the black now have a tough swim in strong currents to get to the raft. And it looks like Emily is struggling with it. She's drifting. Amazingly, Adrienne has swum like the shark she is and overtaken Emily. Outstanding. Adrienne is already at the raft. She now has to use the key to unlock the code. Looking like it.
Get ready at the key box, guys.
Emily has made it to the raft. This is going to be close as Adrienne is struggling to open the wallet.
5, 6, 3, 2.
She's got the code open and shouts it back to her teammates.
And Emily's there too now.
Can the Scorpions catch up? Emily has the code, but it could be too late.
7, 8, 9, 4. 5, 6, 3, 2.
Who's going to get that code in first? This is tight.
6, 3, 2. 7, 8, 9, 4.
the Sharks take it! Nice, man. That's excellent. Excellent work. Let's have a look at some of that action.
It was a little frightening going down this little rusty thing.
It was just shaking the wire all the time.
I forgot that there was a little clip on the thing which had to undo.
He was just swimming off with the key still clipped to himself.
And I just said, unclip it. All you have to do is just unclip it. That's it.
I had to catch it up, run into Adrian, pass it to her, just like, go, go.
The other girl forgot about the current, so she ended up going the wrong way.
Whatever happened, we won, so let's be honest.
Congratulations. Congratulations, guys.
Oh, it was a really good effort. Let's have a look at the scoreboard.
After that brilliant swim by Adrian, the Sharks take the first key. They lead 1-0.
Now don't worry, Scorpions, because there's a chance now for you to get another key. This challenge is just for you. So follow me. Welcome to your next challenge. Now this is a chance for you guys to get your first key. The challenge is for one of you to make your way down into the snake pit and lift up as many snakes as you can to reveal the code. The code will be on the bottom of the snake's bellies and it's going to be split into 2 parts. So you're looking for 2 snakes to find the code. Is that clear, yeah? Yes. Shane is team captain. Who's going in?
I think I'm going to do this one.
You're doing this for the team? Oh, that's good work, Shane. Right, you're up against the clock too. So if you'd like to take your place on the ladder, your challenge starts now!
Now this is an incredibly scary challenge for Shane in this solo challenge for the Scorpions. He's one brave guy attempting this.
Try the trap on that side.
He's got to use the green handles to open the hatch and reveal the snakes.
Try the door there on the left. Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
Now, he's going to start turning those snakes over. I'm running out.
There are plenty of snakes to choose from. Shane's really got his work cut out in this challenge. He's got to carefully lift up as many snakes as he can to find the code on their belly.
If there's anything in there, he needs to look under that big snake. Maybe it's under there.
Maybe it's on the big one, Shane.
He's facing his fears here. This is incredible.
He's doing so well.
Look at the size of that snake. He's got the first part of the code.
4-1.
Brilliant. Now he needs to find the second part.
Brilliant. That's the first part of the code there. Okay, keep going. Keep going. Time's running out.
Here we go.
He's really got to get stuck in and pick those snakes up. There's not much time left. He looks nervous.
Right there, check it out. There you go. There you go. Come on, just check it out. You got this, Shane. We're behind you.
He needs to turn over those big snakes. He is doing
You got it, man.
so well. This is incredible.
It's just a small snake.
How much time do I have left?
The time is ticking. You really have got to move.
30 seconds left.
A little bit further into the box.
How about this one?
Yeah. Try that one.
Oh, I found something. Yeah, I got it.
He's got the second part.
3-8. 11-3-8.
I think Shane's confused. That's the wrong code he shouted out.
And he can make his way out. Come on, Shane. Quick, out you come. Come on.
The first part is different to what he shouted earlier. It's 4-1, not 1-1.
Still haven't got the key. Come on, time's running out.
1138.
So close. It was the wrong code.
I was just picking them up by the tail, by their body, and then I just found the numbers, and then I said 4-1, which was the first digits. Then I went to the next group of snakes. I got the next one, which was in a huge snake. But then I said 1138, but it was 4138, so I'm very sorry.
Well done, guys. Just a shame there was a wrong code. After that, let's have a look at the scoreboard.
That brave effort from Shane didn't win the Scorpions a key. They still trail 1-0 from the Sharks.
There are more challenges to come and more chances to get keys, so come on!
We have arrived here at one of the fort's most dramatic challenges. Simon and Zach are about to edge their way along these 2 parallel ropes suspended high above the fort. Their goal is to grab the bag and pull it back to where they're started in order to open the cartridge and reveal the code that will unlock the key box. Okay, guys, are you ready?
Yep.
All right, don't shake too much and hang on. With adrenaline surging through their bodies, Zach of the Scorpions and Simon of the Sharks are about to traverse across the fort in a truly nerve-jangling challenge.
Okay, guys, on my mark, your challenge starts now.
They're off, and Simon is flying across those ropes. It's so tough, those ropes are wobbling like crazy. Simon's got his bag already. Now he's got to take it back, but he slipped. His feet are off the ropes. But he's recovered well. This is so difficult to control 50 feet above the fort floor. Zach's got his bag now. Great job. Who's going to get back first and reveal that code? Simon's back first.
Okay, guys, get over by the box.
Now he has to unscrew the cartridge to reveal the code to his team. Can Zach catch up? He's giving it a great effort.
3, 1, 6, 2, 3, 1, 6, 2.
There's the code for the Sharks, but it looks like Zach can't find the cartridge hanging on the bag.
6, 2.
Oh my goodness.
That slowed him down. The Sharks could take this.
Not over yet. Another key.
Yeah, Blue Sharks!
Hey, let's have another look at some of that high wire action.
We had to get 2 bags from the middle of the fort to the outside, which was really good fun.
I just see Simon fly up. I was like, all right, great.
And cut my arm a bit, but that's what you do it for.
The cylinder's on the side, it's not in the bag. It's like, oh no.
We had the combination, but I don't think it was in line properly, and we're trying to open it.
And I see Simon screaming out his number. I'm like, oh no, we're done.
So that gave us 2 keys, which was a good start to the competition for us.
Just that one mistake of me trying to untie the bag could have altered everything.
Blue Sharks!
Big Zach, don't worry about it, man. It's all right.
As we look at the scores after that great challenge, the Sharks have increased their lead. They now have 2 keys to the Scorpions' none.
So you ready for your own challenge?
Yeah!
Follow me, let's go! And so, Sharks.
Yeah.
Right, well, this one is going to leave one of you in a bit of a spin. Now, in this room, the key is just out of reach. To get to the key, you need to put the tokens through the slots to move it along. Each time you need a token, you need to crawl through the spinning tunnel. So whoever does this challenge might get a little dizzy.
Yeah.
Simon, as team captain, who's going in for this challenge?
Big D, Big D!
Big D! Well, David, there's your first token. If you'd like to take your position at the door, and you are up against the clock, your time starts now.
This solo challenge for the Sharks could leave David in a real spin. It's a lot harder than it looks. Wow, David has flown through that tunnel.
Wow, he's quick!
Fantastic, David!
He's grabbed the first 2 tokens. Looks like a bumpy ride second time round. What an exit there. He's got to push those tokens as far as he can to get the key. Just a minute left. This is a great effort from David. The tunnel is getting faster, but it doesn't seem to be slowing him down.
Wow, he must be dizzy when he comes like that.
Will these 2 tokens be enough to get the key? Has he got the key out? Oh, he looks close. He's got to fly back through that tunnel and see if he can get it.
Doesn't look like he's struggling here at all.
He's got the key! Excellent! Now he's got to get out with that key before the time runs out. What a fantastic effort from David.
Amazing, David! That was fantastic! How was it spinning around?
Oh, I'm so tired.
The key was in kind of a compartment, and you had to push wooden blocks through. You had to go through kind of a spinning compartment to get to the other side, to pick up the other wooden blocks, then bring them back, push them through again, which was an exhausting challenge and kind of dizzy by the end of it.
Even though he was quite dizzy, he did really well.
Yeah, we got the key in the end.
Right, after that then, let's have a little look at the scoreboard.
The Sharks now have 3 keys and the full time inside the treasure chamber. The Scorpions have none, with 1 key left to play for.
All right.
Still another challenge to come, so you ready? Come on, let's do it!
Blue Sharks!
We're almost at our final destination, but before we get there, you have one last shot at winning a key. Challenge is very simple, but not so easy. Here we have 2 sets of chopsticks. Now each team member is going to use the chopsticks in order to take these smaller letters and put them on this thin wire, spelling out the word Boyard. Do you understand?
Yes.
Then line them up. Which team will thread their way to victory? But more importantly,
Who will take away the most points from today's encounter in the legendary treasure chamber? The blue sharks and the yellow scorpions are about to battle for the vital last key, but who will hold their nerve?
Your challenge starts now.
And we're all going around, who knows how to use it? I don't know how to use them. I don't know how to use them. It's like, I do.
Take your time. Take your time.
I ate a lot of Asian food, so I could do it, but...
Emily threads the first letter, and Shane steps up for the scorpions.
Change.
Davey gets the first letter on for the sharks. It looks like Shane is struggling. It shouldn't be a problem for chopstick user Alex, though. Shane's dropped it. And Alex, too. Shane threads the second. Great work by Alex.
You need it straight and the right way around, and I had to, like, sort of do this.
Quick work by Adrienne, but Billy threads his on right after.
It got to me and I was like, oh no, this isn't gonna be good. And I was just like using them like two big tongs, you know, and I was trying to pick them up. I just kept on slipping. I'm like,
Focus Simon threads his on quickly.
Change. Oh, you're impaling. Can't do that. Take your time. Take your time.
David threads the R on for the sharks.
The other team seemed to have a problem, so we kind of stormed ahead.
For the sharks.
Alex has the last letter. Can he do it?
And the Sharks win the final key in today's competition. Outstanding work. Here you go, guys. Woo! Yeah! All right. Hey.
The Sharks now have 4 keys, earning them a bonus. The Scorpions have none, meaning they will face time penalties in the treasure chamber.
Okay, everybody, off to the treasure chamber. Congratulations, Sharks. Congratulations, Scorpions. You've made it to the ultimate challenge. This is a race to grab coins in the treasure chamber, but it is also a chance to add valuable points to your leaderboard score.
You need 3 keys to give you the maximum amount of time in the treasure chamber. For every key short, you're going to have a time penalty in the chamber. So, Sharks, how many keys did you collect today?
4 keys.
4 keys! With 4 keys, you're going to get 3 minutes in the treasure chamber, and you're going to get a bonus of 150 points.
Nice.
Scorpions, how many keys did you get today?
I don't have any keys today.
No keys. Well, don't worry, guys. You're still going to get in the treasure chamber. The only thing is the penalty is the team will have to wait 20 seconds when the Sharks go in, and as a further penalty, 2 members of the team will have to wait an extra 20 seconds. Teams, here are your maps.
Cheers.
Good luck.
Okay, guys, be warned. Grab and go. Do you understand?
Yep.
Okay, your challenge starts now!
Come on, guys, bingo! Sharks are off.
When the gates open, our warriors look for their team crest, then use the maps to place the team crest on the right squares on the chamber floor. Then they go to the tiger's head, and if they've got it right, the key to their treasure chest will drop and they can start collecting coins. The Sharks have made quick work of the map. They have their key. In go Billy and Zach for the Scorpions. They've got a lot of catching up to do as the Sharks have their coins. Simon heads off with the first load for the Sharks as Billy and Zach desperately try to finish their map.
Grab and go. As Shane and Emily enter, the Scorpions finally get their key, but the Sharks are piling in the coins. There's the coins for the Scorpions. Grab and go. Time is running, guys. Time is running.
Can they catch the Sharks? The Scorpions will have to grab and go as fast as they can.
Grab and go.
They're quick for Scorpions.
Both teams know that the more coins they have, the more points they'll get on the overall tournament leaderboard. Every single coin counts.
Okay, guys, time is running out now.
Just 30 seconds left.
Not long left, guys.
This is a great effort by both teams. They are grabbing and going, keeping it flowing. They've got to get out before the gate closes. They don't want to get stuck inside.
Very nice.
Very calm and collected.
Outstanding work. Outstanding work. Let's have a look at some of the key moments.
As we'd done the treasure chamber many times before, we sort of knew what we were doing.
We went for the same sort of tactics as normal. I always had the map, and then Adrian and David used to find the pieces.
They had 4 keys, they had 150 bonus. They were sharks. I mean, they bite scorpions.
And then the key went flying, so I think if we had that extra few seconds, we could have got a few more.
We got all the shield, placed them all down in the correct order, got the coins, and, as Gino says, snatch and go.
Another outstanding head-to-head competition. You guys did an amazing job, but right now, it is time to tally the tape. We're gonna start with you guys.
This is so nice from the Sharks.
It is. It is indeed.
Collected a lot of coins.
They did well. They did well. I'm proud of them.
Let's have a look at that score.
That's gotta be a record. No keys, all the penalties, and still 1,040. Great job, guys. Okay, now we're gonna remove these. Now the Sharks, of course, because they have 4 keys, you get 150 coin bonus.
Blue Sharks!
Now, let's see how much you guys have taken. All right. Don't miss. All right.
Have the Sharks beaten 1,040?
That is a big score. Well done, team.
Nice work.
Let's see how that affects the overall tournament leaderboard.
That incredible score by the Sharks sees them fly straight to the top of the leaderboard. The Yellow Scorpions remain in 4th place behind the Red Vipers and the Silver Dragons.
So until next time, it is goodbye from the mighty Fort Boyard.
We'll see you then. Bye. See ya. Thank you again, guys. Thank you so much.
Join us next time when the Green Jaguars take on the White Falcons here on Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge.
I'm so proud of my team today. We did so well against such strong competition.
It was really hard.
Oh, it was fantastic. The adrenaline rush was amazing.
The whole day was just an amazing experience.
Blue Sharks! Ooh-ah!
200 years ago, this Napoleonic fort was built in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean to protect France from invasion. Now it is home to a new kind of battle. 6 teams of modern-day warriors are facing one another in a tournament that tests wit, strength, and courage. But who will emerge victorious? Will it be one of the teams on today's Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge? Are you ready for this? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fort Boyard. Once again, 2 teams are on their way to face a set of awesome challenges with the aim of earning enough points to get them into the grand final.
Those teams don't know what tests are ahead of them, but the one thing they do know is they're up against the clock and they're going to need all the strength they've got to make it to the very end.
That's right, Laura. So let's meet today's teams.
I reckon White Falcons can go all the way, definitely.
I can really help my team rise to the occasion when it matters.
We should be good, really active and competitive.
I think the White Falcons can go all the way. We're in it to win it.
I'm a massive game player and a team player, and I like to lead my team as well.
If I put my mind to it, I can take on anything.
When the going gets tough, I get going.
I think the Green Jaguars can go all the way and win the final.
It's the White Falcons versus the Green Jaguars in their final chance to make it to the Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge Final. All right, welcome, young warriors. Are you ready for that? All right.
So, Mitchell, this is your last chance to give it your best effort to make it to the final. Do you think you can do it?
Yeah!
Come on, White Falcons!
Yeah.
Guys, do you think that you have the right stuff to win today?
Yes!
I think they're ready. Each show has 5 challenges where the aim is to win keys. Teams need 3 keys in order to get the maximum time in the treasure chamber. there, they need to collect as many coins as they can to get through to the tournament final. Let battle commence.
Today's contest begins with a heart-pounding challenge. Let's go.
Callum and Joseph are about to edge their way along these two parallel ropes suspended high above the fort. Their goal is to grab the bag and pull it back to where they're started in order to open the cartridge and reveal the code that will help their team open the key box first.
Okay, Joseph, Callum, you guys ready?
Yep. Yeah.
All right, now I hope y'all done your fingers and toe exercises.
Joseph of the Jaguars and Callum of the Falcons are about to take part in a truly heart-pounding challenge 50 feet above the fort floor.
Okay, guys, on my mark. Your challenge starts now.
They're off. This is an incredibly tough challenge that takes nerves of steel. Callum looks like he's almost horizontal. That must be tough to control.
Come on, man, you gotta use it.
Falcon Callum has stormed into the lead. He's nearly at his bag. Look at those ropes wobble. This is so hard. This is a great effort from Joseph, but Callum has his bag. But he slipped. That's great strength to haul himself back up. Remember, they're over 50 feet in the air.
All right, Callum, reach out.
Callum is on his way back, but Joseph has his bag too. Can he catch Callum? They've got to get back to unlock those codes. Look at the effort on Callum's face.
Okay, guys, position yourselves over by the key box.
Joseph, we need that key. Joseph, come on.
Callum is back. He now must unlock his cartridge. Can Joseph catch him?
Keep going, Joseph. Can't stop, buddy.
Joseph is almost back, but it looks like Callum has his code.
What?
5, 6, and 4.
Can Joseph unlock the code before the Falcons get the key?
Oh, and the key goes to them. All right, guys. Outstanding work. Congratulations. Hey, let's have a look at some of that high wire act.
That was the best challenge. It was awesome.
It was a lot tougher than I thought it would be, actually. I thought it would be kind of easy.
He was really confident up there. You could see the determination on his face.
It's very difficult because you have to deal with your own weight and your opponent's weight at the same time.
Callum said that he wasn't afraid of heights, and he proved that he wasn't.
He got the code before me, but it was a close race, I thought.
We got our first key, and it was the best feeling, knowing that we're ahead.
Really impressive and a good effort from Joseph there. Let's have a look at the scoreboard.
It's the Falcons that take the first key of the competition. They lead 1-0 over the Jaguars.
Well, don't worry, guys, because there's another chance for you guys to get a key a little bit later on. But right now, this challenge is just for you. Are you ready?
Yeah!
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
Come on, follow me. Well done on getting that first key. You ready to try for another one?
Yeah!
Right, this next challenge is going to take one of you into the boiler room of the fort. The key is at the far end, attached on a chain, and you've got to move it along the pipework, through the traps, all the way back to the door in order to win it. You are, of course, up against the clock. So, Mitchell, which member of the team's going in?
Oh, it's got to be Julia, really.
Julia! Okay, Julia, take your place at the door. Lots of encouragement from the team.
Go, come on, Julia!
Your challenge starts now.
Go, Julia, go!
This solo challenge for the Falcons requires great skill and speed from Julia. The fort's pipe network is tough to navigate.
That's it. Have you found it yet?
She's got to slide that key along the pipes as quickly as she can.
Look ahead, look ahead.
That's it. Yeah, turn it.
Those valves are really tough to unwind.
Julia. Oh, well done.
That's it. Keep going.
Come on. That's good, I'm good.
Just 1 minute left. She needs to speed things up. Time is running out and she's got a long way to go.
Julia, quick.
Right, come on.
Good, well done, Julia.
How are we doing for time, guys?
That's good. We're going to get plenty of time, but hurry up a little
That
bit.
oil is going to make things tricky for her. That key will be really slippery now.
Let's go, come on. Bit faster.
Really needs to move.
Julia, come on.
This is a great effort from Julia. It's really hot inside that boiler room.
Keep going.
30 seconds left and she's not even halfway through the 50 foot of twisting pipe network.
Let's go, bring it.
Come on, you can do it.
Come on,
Move. Come on, you're running out of time. Come on.
okay, just now, it's okay, just now.
This is going to be really close. She doesn't have much time left. 10 seconds now. She's really got to move.
Move!
Get out there, guys. Get her out. Get her out. Come on. We need to get out. Come on. Good effort. What happened in there?
Once I got it going, it kind of went all right, but the only thing was turning the knobs was really hard. I don't know, it was kind of rusty in a way. When my hands went into the tar, it just, everything got a lot worse because it was really slippery and made it even harder to turn the knobs and stuff. I didn't get the key, unfortunately, and I felt really annoyed with myself because I knew that I could have done it.
Never mind, it was a really good effort, good try. After that second challenge, let's look at the score.
It was a great effort by Julia, but the scores remain the same. It's 1-0 to the Falcons.
Are you ready for another challenge?
Yeah!
Come on!
We arrive at one of the fort's most daunting challenges. Hanging in the center of the courtyard are two flexible ladders. Suspended high between the ladders is a key. Jordan and Zach will be lifted by their teammates to reach the first run, then race to be first to grab the key and win the challenge for their team. Okay, Zach, how you feeling?
Good.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
Jordan, you feeling okay?
Right, yeah.
And hang on to this ladder because it could get a little windy up there, okay?
Zach of the Falcons and Jordan of the Jaguars are about to take part in the climb of their lives, but who will grab the key first?
Okay, guys, on my mark. Your challenge starts now.
They're off, and the Falcons have lifted Zach into the lead. Great work. Zach is flying up that ladder, but Jordan looks to be struggling. But he's got the hang of it now.
Oh, okay.
It looks like he's catching Zach back up, but that ladder is so tough to climb. Both of them are racing up the ladder, but Zach is almost there. He's got the key. Outstanding.
Hey, let's have another look at some of that action.
It was a race against the green team to, get to the top.
It was really windy, so these had to hold the ladder for me as well.
As being a white falcon, he flew up the ladder.
The team just speed ahead of me. I kept going.
We flew up there so much faster than the guys.
Unfortunately, just missed out on that key.
Well, Zach got us our second key, so we were really happy and confident going into our next game.
Well done to the Falcons! So after that challenge, let's have a look at the scoreboard.
The Falcons have increased their lead. They now have 2 keys to the Jaguar 0, but there's still everything to play for.
Jaguars, there's a chance for you to win a key now. Your first key, come on, you can do this. Are you ready for your challenge?
Ready!
We're ready, let's do it! Team, here we are at your challenge, and this is your chance to get your first key. Now, I really believe in you. You can do this, come on. The challenge is for one of you to make your way down into the snake pit and lift up as many snakes as you can to reveal the code. The code will be on the bottom of the snake's bellies, and it's going to be split into 2 parts. So you've got to go down there, turn over the snakes, uncover the code, and shout it up to your teammates to unlock the key. Jordan, your team captain, who do you think's brave enough to go in there and do this?
Are you up for this one?
Imogen! Let's give it up for Imogen, come on! Come on, Imogen. Make your way over to the steps. Your challenge will begin now.
Imogen is so brave accepting this solo challenge for the Jaguars. She's really facing her fears here. There are lots of snakes down there.
Like snakes everywhere. Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
Okay, I'm going for the green one.
Imogen may be scared, but she has to pick up those snakes to find the code, and there are a lot to choose from.
You're all right.
She's got stuck straight in. She's so brave picking up that snake.
She is doing so well.
Okay, there's nothing in that
one. She's grabbed another snake. Will the code be on that one?
Pick it back up, it's okay.
What about trying
Nothing on
the other side? There's some more snakes in there.
Try the other trap door in the chain. Try the other trap door.
Time is ticking, and there are still lots of snakes to check.
Oh my god, woo!
It's okay. All right.
This is really impressive. Well done.
She's nearly halfway through, and she's still not found the code.
Use both hands.
That's a big snake.
Both hands in the chain.
Just a minute left.
That's fantastic. You deserve it. Turning right.
There's the code on the snake's belly.
39!
Brilliant, she's got the first part of the code.
Well done. She needs to move on and look elsewhere.
Right, you need to look elsewhere.
Try moving forward.
Move
Imogen still looks scared. She's not comfortable with these snakes. Who would be? 30 seconds left. Can she find the final part of the code?
75!
Oh, wow! She's found it on the first snake she's picked up. What an amazing effort, but can they unlock the key box in time?
Well done, Imogen. Well done, Imogen! That was absolutely incredible. Well done, how do you feel?
Relieved. I was really scared and really nervous.
I think it would have scared, the strongest of us.
I was like freaking out that they were going to land on my head or something.
And I was looking down into the pit where you were, and I could see 2 snakes, and they were about 10 feet below me, and I was scared of them.
When I picked up the first one, I think I was really hesitant, and I was just using one hand. But as soon as I got that last code, I was out of there like that.
I'm so glad our team got that vital key.
Imogen, come on, guys! So, after that incredible challenge, let's look at the scores.
That unbelievably brave effort from Imogen sees the Jaguars win their first key. It's now 2 keys to 1 to the Falcons.
You ready for another challenge?
Yeah!
Come on! Woo!
Okay, teams, our last stop is almost upon us, but before we get there, you have one last chance before the final to win a key. The task is simple. Here we have chopsticks with small letters that will be placed onto this thin wire, spelling the word Boyard. First team to finish will win the last key in today's competition. Do you understand? Yeah. Then line them up. Which team will thread their way to victory? But more importantly, who will take away the most points from today's encounter in the legendary treasure chamber? The Green Jaguars and the White Falcons are about to fight it out for the all-important last key, but who will be victorious? Your challenge starts now. First up, it's Mitchell for the Falcons against Jordan of the Jaguars.
Because me and Zach had used the chopsticks before, we decided that me and him would go first.
Nice work, nice work.
I felt bad for Jordan because he was struggling so much and because they had their best 2 players go first.
Can Jordan thread the Jaguars' first letter? Change. Zach looks focused and threads the Falcons' second.
I had used chopsticks before. For me, it was a little bit challenging, but it was all right.
I was just brimming with confidence, man. I was like, I can do this,
Oh, don't squeeze it too hard.
Good job by Joseph. Change. But Julia threads the Falcons' third. Imogen and Callum are up.
That's it.
Squeeze it.
No, don't.
That was fast by Callum. Imogen threads the Jaguars' third. Change. Outstanding work by Mitchell. And Jackson is up for the Jaguars, but it looks like he's struggling. Zach just needs to thread this for victory for the Falcons. And the Falcons win! The final key before the final. All right, excellent job, guys, excellent job. After that tense challenge, the Falcons have 3 keys and the maximum time in the treasure chamber. The Jaguars have 1 key and will face time penalties. Don't worry, don't get your heads down. You know why? Because we're going to the treasure chamber. Let's go! Congratulations, Jaguars, Falcons. You are at the ultimate challenge. How do you feel about that? All right. Understand this. This is a race to collect coins in the treasure chamber. Now, this is your last chance before the final to add to your leaderboard score.
So teams, you need 3 keys to give you the maximum amount of time in the treasure chamber. If you don't have 3 keys, there'll be a time penalty for every key you are short. So Falcons, how many keys do you have?
3.
3 keys! Well done, team. So you're going to get the full 3 minutes in the treasure chamber. Well done. And Jaguars, how many keys do you have?
1 key.
1 key. It was a good effort. Well done. But with 1 key, your whole team will have a 20-second time penalty, and as an extra penalty, 1 member of the team will have to wait a further 20 seconds. Well, good luck, teams. Here are your maps. You're gonna need those.
Okay, guys, just remember that the race is not over until it is over. Grab and go, and don't be slow. Are you ready?
Yeah!
Your challenge starts now.
Here we go.
When the gates open, our warriors look for their team crest, then use the maps to place the team crest on the right squares on the chamber floor. Then they go to the tiger's head, and if they've got it right, the key to their treasure chest will drop, and they can start collecting coins. The Falcons have their key as the Jaguars only just enter the chamber. The Jaguars have to complete their map fast if they want to catch up with the Falcons. There's the coins for the Falcons. In goes Imogen and the Jaguars get their key, but the Falcons are already collecting coins. Grab and go. Finally, the Jaguars get their coins. Grab and go. They are going to have to grab and go. Grab and go if they're going to catch those Falcons. That's it. Both teams know that they must grab as many coins as they can if they're going to make it into the final.
Time is running out, teams.
Getting close, guys. Getting close. Both teams are really grabbing and going, keeping it flowing. Hey, the coins are piling up. Look at that. Wow, 30 seconds left. Grab and go. Grab and go. All right, guys. Come on. They've got to get out before the gate closes. Zach and Jordan are still grabbing coins. This is going to be tight. Are they going to make it? That's what I'm talking about, guys. That's what I'm talking about. That's the way not to quit. Let's have a look at some of those key moments.
We got 3 keys, so we got the full time.
Unlocked all the treasure and got it all out. We did really well collecting it.
We really pulled through. We really worked really well as a team.
Did it really quickly, and we're like, whoa, you know, you had a chance to make it.
It was really, really exciting.
I think we deserve to win today, definitely.
We are Jaguars!
Congratulations, Jaguars, Falcons, but right now, it's time to tally the tape. Let's see what you guys came up with.
It's a lot of coins there.
There's a lot of coins. It's the last chance to add to that leaderboard score. Massive score, guys. Massive job. Falcons, you guys are up next. We're going to see.
1,220. Can the White Falcons do it?
Will it be enough to get into the finals?
Indeed.
Come on. Have the Falcons beaten 1,220?
Today's winners, the Falcons!
Outstanding. Well, congratulations to you both, but right now it is time to bring back all the teams from the tournament. Let's hear it, guys.
Here they come, our 6 teams of fine young warriors who have all battled so bravely and fought so fiercely in this, the most challenging of tournaments.
Welcome, everyone. But as you know, only 2 teams can make it into the finals. Which 2 teams are at the top of our leaderboard?
Well, Gino, let's have a look at the final tournament leaderboard.
Even with that great haul, the Falcons only rise up to 4th on the leaderboard, and the Jaguars go to 5th. That means the Blue Sharks remain on top spot and will face the Silver Dragons in the final epic showdown of Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge.
Congratulations, guys. Congratulations to both of our teams, and congratulations to all who participated. So until next time, it is goodbye from the mighty Fort Boyard.
After weeks of hard-fought competition, join us next time as the Blue Sharks face the Silver Dragons in our all-important final.
If the team needs it, I'll break my own arm.
Will the mighty Silver Dragons rise to the challenge and take the glory and win this epic tournament?
I think we can win, so watch out, guys.
The Blue Sharks are going to be good at every challenge, which is why we're going to win.
Or will brave warriors the Blue Sharks battle to victory and emerge as the triumphant winners?
I think the Blue Sharks can win.
Blue Sharks!
200 years ago, this Napoleonic fort was built in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean to protect France from invasion. Now it is home to a new kind of battle.
6 teams of modern-day warriors are facing one another in a tournament that tests wit, strength, and courage. But who will emerge victorious? Will it be one of the teams on today's Fort Boyard Ultimate Challenge? Are you ready for this? Hello everyone and welcome to Fort Boyard. After weeks of an epic competition, 2 teams have made it to the finals, but only one will emerge as conquerors of the fort.
Those teams don't know what challenges they're facing, but they do know they're up against the clock and they're going to be pushed to their absolute limits.
So let's meet today's teams.
Come on, Silver Dragons!
On the long road to the finals, the Silver Dragons battled their way to an impressive 3 out of 3 wins and scored a brilliant 4,420 points.
Hey! Dragons win!
We're going all the way. Silver Dragons.
We'll be good at everything, so you guys better watch out.
I could take on anything that Fort Boyard throws at me.
I'm on the Silver Dragons, and we're taking it to the finals.
Silver Dragons, in you come!
Now it's time to meet the other finalists.
Blue Sharks!
The best performing team in the tournament so far are the Blue Sharks, topping the leaderboard with a massive 4,810 points.
I think the Blue Sharks can win the show.
Blue Sharks are going to be good at every challenge, which is why we're going to win.
We really just keep our heads in the game and stay together. We can definitely win this thing. Blue Sharks are in it to win it.
Now it's time for the Blue Sharks. All right.
So Charles, you've never actually played against the Blue Sharks before, and they got the highest score on the leaderboard. How's your team feeling about that?
We're feeling pretty good. We know they're very strong in the treasure room, so we're just gonna have to match their enthusiasm.
All right, Simon, you ready to go against these dragons?
Well, I think we proved by coming first in the heats that we are definitely ready, but it's not over till it's over, and today's the final, so Blue Sharks!
Are you guys ready for battle? Yeah! Are you ready for the final battle? Yeah! All right. As always, our team of warriors face 5 challenges in order to win as many keys as possible. 3 keys gives them the maximum time in the treasure chamber where it's winner takes all in this, the final battle for Fort Boyard. Bring on the first challenge. Today, our tournament finals will start with one thrilling challenge. Alex of the Sharks and James of the Dragons have to zip line down to the ocean below and swim to their teammates in the kayaks, who then must race to the buoy and unlock the baskets containing their code. Then shout it out so their teammates can unlock the box and get to the pieces of the puzzle. First to complete the puzzle wins the game and a vital key to the treasure chamber. Sharks, Dragons, are you ready?
Yeah!
Alex of the Sharks and James of the Dragons are about to take the ride of their life in the hope that their team will win the first key in today's final.
Okay, guys, on my mark. Your challenge starts now!
And they're off. As they fly down the zip line, it's Alex in the black for the Sharks and James in the white for the Dragons. That's one incredible ride. What a rush.
Nice.
Great landing. Now they have to pass the key to their teammates as quickly as they can.
Now it's a matter of the kayak race.
Looks like James has thrown the key to Charles in the white helmet for the Dragons. And Alex passes the key to fellow Shark Simon. Now Charles and Simon have to paddle as hard as they can against strong Atlantic currents to get to those baskets.
Never over till it's over.
Charles is really powering ahead. He's a machine. Simon's gonna have to pump those arms quick if he's gonna catch up. Charles is at the buoy. He's got to unlock the basket to get the code.
Simon's gotta keep pushing. He's just got a little ways to go.
Great work by Simon. He's at the buoy too. Charles has the basket open, and he shouts the code to Sash.
Still gotta read out. 4, 2, 8. Come on, Simon.
He's got the piece. Sash has the puzzle pieces for the Dragons as Simon finally gets the code for the Sharks.
9, 2, 6, 1, 9.
The dragons are on their puzzle. Can the sharks catch up? David gets the puzzle pieces for the sharks, but the dragons already have their first piece in place. The dragons have 3 in place as the sharks lay only their second. That's the 5th for the dragons and the 3rd piece for the sharks.
3 pieces for the sharks, they're moving there.
Adrienne has stormed through this puzzle for the sharks. Just 2 pieces left for both teams. This would be an amazing comeback for the sharks. Can they do it?
Oh, and the dragons win the first key of the finals. Outstanding. Oh, let's see that again. Ha ha.
We're in the kayak, me, Charles there, and trying to paddle to keep ourselves in line with the waves and not just float backwards, and it was difficult knowing where to be, like too close, you're going to get hit by them, so it was quite difficult.
Charles was really confident about it. He didn't lose himself in the moment. He kept his calm.
I looked where to put the pieces before I got the pieces, so I knew sort of where they would slot in.
And then I heard Gino say, oh my gosh, 2 pieces left for each team, and I got really nervous, so I just started banging the pieces on the table, and we won.
And after that first victory, let's have a look at the scoreboard.
After that dramatic opening game to the final, we see the Dragons have taken an early lead. They have 1 key to the Sharks' none.
Dragons, chance now for you to win another key. You ready for another challenge? Yeah. Come on then, let's do it. Come with me. Here we are at the next challenge. Congratulations there on getting the first key for the finals. Now a chance for you to get another key. Okay, in this room, there are 3 boxes that are split into 2 halves. One half contains some creatures, some insects, some animals. You've got to move those from one side to the clear side, count how many are in there, and then grab the number on the ball and post it through the compartment. Once you've posted it through, the balls will come through here, and it's up to your teammates outside to put those numbers in the correct order, put them in this slot just here, and shut it. And if it's correct, the key will be released. Charles, who's up for the challenge?
I think Sash got this. He's gonna wreck this one. I got it.
Sash, so you're going in and you are up against the clock as well, okay? So good luck.
Come on. Yeah,
take your place at the door.
Remember, you can't be hurt.
You ready?
Go on, Sash, you can do it.
Your challenge starts now.
Sash is one brave guy attempting this solo challenge for the Dragons. He's got no idea what he's putting his hands into.
Go on, Sash. You can do it. Come on.
He's got to grab those centipedes and pass them through the hole so he can count how many there are. Rather him than me.
Really well done. Go on. Go on, Sash. Come on. Yeah, really well done. Come on.
He needs to pick up his speed. He's taking too long.
Hurry up, hurry up. Come on, you gotta put your hand deeper.
That's the 3rd in.
Put it forward to right.
And in goes the 4th.
You've got this. Go on, you've got loads of time. Really well done.
He needs to move.
That's all of them. Now he's got to get the right numbered ball.
Sash, go on that ball, come on. Really well done. Okay, straight on to the next one.
Now he's onto the frogs.
Come on, he's really got to move.
Take for the time.
Come on, guys, he's really got to move. He's really got to move. Hurry up.
You can do this. Really well done. And just put it straight through. Come on, Sash.
Great, that's the first one.
Time's really running out.
He's only got 30 seconds left though, so he's really got to hurry.
Come on, Sash.
Yeah.
Okay, Sash.
Oh no, he's missed a frog there. He thinks he's found them all, but he hasn't. He's not going to make it.
Get out. Get out. Please get out.
Sash. Come on, guys, let's give it up here. And that was a difficult challenge.
Good effort.
It looks way easier when you're looking at on TV. When it came to the second animal, which was frogs, I first thought it was just like a spider with an octopus attached to it. I was really disappointed. I thought I could do better.
Well, after that challenge, let's have a look at the score.
It was a great effort by Sash, but the scores remain the same. The Dragons lead by 1 key to 0 over the Sharks.
You ready for the next challenge?
Yeah!
Come on, on we go.
Yeah!
We have arrived at a moment of incredible daring in this tournament final.
Blue Shark Simon is preparing to stand on a platform stretching out over the ocean on the outside wall of the fort. In his own time, he will jump a 60-foot drop and bungee off the platform. He will then pull himself up on the rebound and read a code that his team needs to release the key to the treasure chamber. Let's see if Shark Captain Simon can step up to this mighty challenge. Blue Shark Simon is stood 60 feet above the Atlantic Ocean, about to take the leap of his life. But will he win a vital key for the Sharks?
Simon, when you're ready, you can jump on your own time.
Blue Sharks! Hoo-ha! Yes, Simon!
Unbelievable! What a jump!
Wow.
Now he's got to pull himself up to get that code.
You gotta get the code. You gotta get the code. Nice.
You got it, Simon. You got it. All you.
Yeah, boys!
Got it!
He's got it.
It is 9-3-7-2.
Can his teammates get the key out in time after that incredible jump?
9-3-7-2. 7-2.
Let's have another look at that jump.
That first moment when you step off the platform and you can feel the wind like ripping about you, it's quite scary. Reaching up to get the code was actually not as hard as I thought it was going to be. And once I shouted it out, I was just really happy that I hadn't dropped the piece of paper. I couldn't actually see anything, but I could hear cheers, so I assumed we'd done it, and then everyone was like, yeah, we've got it, so that was quite good.
After that outstanding jump by Simon, we see the Sharks have leveled things up. It's now 1 key apiece to both teams.
Well done, guys. Let's go to your next challenge.
All right,
come on.
Let's go.
Now a chance for either team to take another key because it's a race. In this cell, you're going to find a ladder and you've got to climb that ladder, pull the rope to reveal the code. Now, it's the team that's there first shouts that code out to the team members out here and puts it in that will take the key. Just one thing though, that ladder isn't actually completely built, so you need to build part of it yourself. Simon, team captain, who's going in?
Gotta be Alex.
Alex, you're doing this one for the Sharks, and who's going in, Charles, for your team?
I think James got this.
James, so it's James against Alex. In you go.
Good luck, boys.
And the challenge will begin on my cue.
Good start, good start. Come on, guys.
So this is for another key, all-important key for the final. So, are you ready, guys?
Yeah!
Your challenge starts now.
James jumps straight into the lead as Alex of the Sharks puts the first rung of the ladder in.
Come on, Alex, you got this.
As James puts part of his ladder in, Alex looks to be struggling. This is a tough challenge. But James is flying along. That's incredible. What strength! He's got to the Dragon's Code already.
Keep going, Alex. 3, 5, 3, 4.
That was so fast. Alex has got a lot of catching up to do. I'm not sure he's going to make it.
3, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 1,
Good work, Alex. Nice one, James.
well done, Dragons. Here they come. James, Alex. Well done, well done. That was a really good effort from you there, Alex.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was tough. It's a tough challenge, and James got there really, really fast, and he just did it really quickly.
It didn't look like you actually built it. It looked like you kind of...
I put the one in, but I probably could have done it without putting any in. I was wasting a bit of time.
After James's incredible show of strength and speed, the Dragons take another key. They lead 2 keys to 1 over the Sharks.
Time for another challenge. Who's going to win the next one? Well, we'll see. Come on, follow me.
Okay, teams, we are almost upon the final, last destination, but now we have one more chance to win the final and last key in this tournament. Challenge is simple. Here we have a board with 2 sides, balanced on a pivot. Each team will come up and alternate putting pieces on their side of the board. The team that makes the board fall, or any piece fall, will lose the challenge and lose the vital last key in this tournament. Do you understand, Sharks?
Yes.
Yep. Do you understand, Dragons?
Yes.
Then line them up.
So who will balance their way to victory, but more importantly, who will emerge as conquerors of the fort after the final encounter with the legendary treasure chamber? The Silver Dragons and the Blue Sharks are about to battle for the last key in today's epic final. But who will hold their nerve?
Challenge starts now.
It's Charles for the Dragons up first. A tentative move. Simon steps up for the Sharks.
when you're shaking and you're scared and you're just putting them on the board, you just put them where the other team puts them because you're too scared of making a mistake yourself.
You touch the wood, move your hand. Good move. Thank you. Next.
We don't have a plan for these games. We just go in and see how it works out, and we try to do our best to win the key.
Hold.
David steps up for the Sharks. That was risky. James steps up.
Be very careful.
He slowly puts his piece down.
Let it go. Next.
Adrienne for the Sharks. Can she balance her piece? Phew, that was close.
Next.
Laura looks nervous.
There you go.
But her move is good. Alex for the Sharks. How will he do? There's a lot of pressure on this move.
Let it go.
Oh! It was one piece too many there for the Sharks.
And the Dragons win the last and final key of this tournament. Outstanding work, guys.
The Dragons win the final key in the full amount of time in the treasure chamber. The Sharks only have one, so will face penalties.
We are going to the treasure chamber. Come on. You guys are now at the final ultimate challenge. The winner today will be able to claim the title of Conquerors of the Fort.
So you need 3 keys to give you the maximum amount of time here in the treasure chamber. If you don't have those 3 keys, then you will have a time penalty for each key you are short. So, Sharks, how many keys do you have?
1 key.
1 key. It's been a great effort today.
Great effort, guys.
And you've taken part in some incredible challenges. So with that 1 key, your whole team will have a 20-second time penalty, but then as a further penalty, 1 member of the team will have to wait outside for an extra 20 seconds. Yeah. And Dragons, how many keys do you have?
3.
3 keys! Wow. Fantastic work, so that's a full 3 minutes. Right, you're gonna need these all-important maps. This is your final time in the treasure chamber, guys. Good luck.
This is your last shot. There is no tomorrow. You understand, Sharks?
Yep.
Do you understand, Dragons?
Yes!
On my mark, your final challenge starts now!
Here you go, Dragons. This is exciting.
This is the last time our warriors will have to search for their team crests and use the maps to place them on the right squares on the chamber floor.
The rest of the tournament teams are here offering great support. And the Dragons are flying through their map. In go the Sharks. Can they catch the Dragons?
Alex, you're going to go in on the net.
The Dragons have their key already.
They're already into the treasure chamber.
Come on, guys, go, go, go!
The Sharks are going to have to move quick now. The Dragons have already got their coins.
Look at that.
In goes Alex for the Sharks. Can he help catch those Dragons?
Here they come.
There's the key for the Sharks, but the Dragons are collecting fast.
Wow. Look at that. Here come the Sharks.
Finally, the Sharks have their coins and can start collecting.
Look at that, look at that.
The Sharks have owned the treasure chamber in this tournament. But can they repeat their winning ways after their time penalty? The teams are going to have to grab and go to have a chance of winning this final. David piles in the coins for the Sharks. Can they get another massive total like they've done in the past?
And this is going to be huge.
Both teams are grabbing and going, keeping it flowing. This is going to be close. Both teams are still collecting. Don't get caught. Don't get. They know every coin will count.
Don't get caught. Don't get caught. Do not get caught. Outstanding work, guys. Way to go, man. Way to go. Let's have a look at some of that final action.
I was really nervous because Blue Sharks are really good in the treasure chamber.
With only 1 key and having to leave 1 person out, it was a big blow to us, but we did really well and got the pieces in quite quickly.
It was a final, so we had to absolutely try our absolute best.
We worked well as a team throughout, but then that final go, I just feel we really did quite well.
Outstanding effort, guys, on the part of you both. But right now, it is time to tally the take to see who will be dubbed Conquerors of the Fort. Okay, guys, we're gonna start with you, Sharks. It all comes down to this, guys.
Let's see what they've got, Gino.
Outstanding.
510.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
That is a big total, but can the Silver Dragons beat it?
Dragons, let's see what you got.
So it's 1,510 to beat. Well done, Dragons.
Have the Dragons beaten the Sharks' huge total?
Yes, they can! Outstanding work, guys. You are the conquerors of Fort Boyard.
Yes! Dragons, step forward and collect your key. Charles and the Dragons. Well done.
Outstanding, guys. So until next time, this is a mighty final goodbye from the mighty Fort Boyard.
I think we were probably the most competitive team there was.
I'm so proud of my team today. We did so well against such strong competition.
We were all cheering and we were all so excited and nervous at the same time.
It was an amazing feeling.
We did have a shot, and we worked hard. I'm just proud of the way we did.
We proved ourselves that we can work as a team and become the winners of Fort Boyard.
We ain't bragging. We're the Silver Dragons.